Got 11 people waiting. Let's go to window capture. No. Think we should be good, brother. What are you drinking tonight?
I got a barrel-aged stout to start with.
Nice.
Ooh, she's...
Window capture.
Whoa.
I think we're good on the audio. I think that we finally got our shit together. There he is. What's up,
Hey, what's
Nomsky?
going on now?
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Not too much.
So
Sorry.
no alias, but I double booked you and Larry. I forgot that I asked Larry to come on last week, and he said no, but can I do next week? And I said yeah, but I didn't write it down like an idiot. And then I talked to you, and I talked to Larry today, and he said he did a stream last night where he was promoting it. And then I said, sorry, man, can we do next week? And then alias backed out, and I'm trying to get Larry back on now.
Nice. He's just so mad right now.
No,
Furious.
he's cool, and the chat's open, so he can pop in here if he wants to. He's in our Discord. Yeah. But what's up, everybody? What's up, Gnome? What's up, Party Time? What's up, Chris Vodka?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
Is it coming through? What up, Bruce? What up, James? Two Jameses. Two idiots.
Wow.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, lots. Let's see. Ron Barnes.
What up, Ron Barnes? Stephen Plass. Stephen Plass, Ron Barnes, always showing love, man.
Ready time.
Yeah. Blackwood Brews trolling me in the Discord with his Dodgers slapping the shit out of my Padres.
Back off, war child, seriously.
It's all good though, man. Cheers, Blackwood. Big shout out to everybody who was on last week's stream with Hops and Gnarly. That was fun.
I used to get carried away last week. I saw it got deleted after.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about like some systems and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know if I want this on the internet. I'll tell you about it later. But
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
big shout out to Hops on Dubs Brewing for the super chat. Hops and Super Narnar, Stephen Plass, Dan Hansen, Trev Who, Hops on Dubs and Brewing Bad Tennessee, man. We got 30 people here. What's up, Eric Nelson? What's up, Tyler Muscle, man? How are you, man? Cheers from Knoxville. I think I'm brewing tomorrow, dudes.
Really? Nice.
No, you
Really?
froze. Yeah, I got my liquid Vikings finally, so I can make the video that I want to.
Oh, nice. I just did a brew tonight again.
I think everybody
Just kind of on the
froze.
second round of the commercial brews now.
Yeah, so what's going on, man? Did you open up a brewery?
Just selling beer. Opened up a brewery, but it's a little different since there's no retail or tap room, which would make it real fun. But oh, you got it on a different screen on your side. It's looking like it might be
Frozen?
I'm just frozen in a happy smile.
No, it's good. It's back. Let me set it to.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So what kind
Nice,
of?
nice.
I know we've talked about this before, but whoever is new to this, you have a beer license that you're selling up in Canada.
Yeah, I just got my I guess as they call it, a manufacturing permit up here. So I got that all geared up, got all the tax stuff for the tax people and all that kind of fun stuff, and now just got to brew and try to make back the money I paid for them and the insurance.
So are you your own salesman? Or are you just going around to?
Oh yeah, I'm my own salesman, and I'm not doing a very good job so far. I need to get out there. I went to a pub the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I got this. Here's some samples, and like, oh, you got a business card? I'm like, nope.
That's crazy. Can you open up a commercial brewery in your garage in America, or is this a exclusive Canadian thing?
I don't know. They're basically. I may be one of the last people that managed to
Better to ask for
manage to
forgiveness
get it, because I know
and
that they
permission.
keep saying that they're going to get rid of the ability to do it in a residential area. But I think anyone can do it in at least in Nova Scotia here. I don't know about the other places, but I think anyone can do it if you have a area that was zoned correctly. Like in the city, there's some areas that are like kind of like dual purpose or something, and if you happen to live in one of those, you just have to shave off a little bit of your house square footage. I'm not sure if you'd have to pay extra taxes on it, but it wasn't as intense as doing the like a restaurant or if I had a tap room or something. Because if you're not serving out of your place or not doing food or anything, there's just way less. I don't know, not stipulations, but it's not as
Way less-
crazy as
way
putting in a
less-
commercial kitchen.
Yeah, permitting with bathrooms and gender bathrooms and grease traps for food and not grease traps. So, like, how big are your batches that you're brewing for these pizza joints and stuff?
I'm still just doing the 60 liters or half barrel kind of batches max. So basically, it takes me. Well, right now I got a couple more 1 barrel fermenters, so now I'm up to 7 barrels total. So it would take 14 brews to get 700 liters or 7 barrels, I guess.
And it's
kind of way less than that, so probably like 6.
And you're not bottling any of
5.5.
these. No one's buying these beers to go. It's just
canning.
Canning. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my canning system's horrible too. It takes. Right now, I have 2 out of the 3. I bought a couple used nano canners, the tap cooler counter pressure ones, and they're like, one of them you can probably do max a beer every 2 minutes. So I got 3. Only 2 of them are working right now. So I can only really do maybe. I can't do much more than a beer every 30 or 40 seconds. So it's pretty slow.
And it's just you? You're doing everything by yourself?
So far, yeah. Although they did find out I'm getting my hip surgery soon, so I got in a month I'll be out of commission for like have to take a good 5 or 6 week pause. But I did have the wife, Marianne, did a little bit of the work today for me, so I might be able to I'll just sit and like crack the whip or whatever and make her brew.
Well, hey, at least you got this thing going, and I'd imagine it feels good to get any account, whether it's a stadium or a local pizza shop. So that's a cool thing to check off the bucket list, man. So cheers to that. Oh
yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun, and all my beers delivery. So like you go delivering and you get to meet some people, and then you end up wasting way too much time like talking to them for 5 or 10 minutes a person, and then
drinking half your own shit.
And all of a sudden your night's gone.
Right. Well, hey, man, that's a cool story. Nonetheless, someone's going to make a movie about you someday, and it might be me.
Oh yeah, it'd be super exciting.
Chris Radiation broke down the math for those who aren't aware.
Yeah.
Liters are pretty much the same as quarts.
Yeah, it's basically it's only really 3 homebrews, like 3 regular homebrew batches at once.
Yeah.
What's yours again there, Gnome? Is yours a 1 barrel or
half barrel?
Half barrel. Okay, so it'd be like you doing that, but still having to do 14 in a row to fill your fermenters.
Yeah. I'm curious, what system are you using now to do half barrel batches?
He's got.
I'm just using the Grainfather G70 is what I have, and then I got another plug installed, so I got my old G30. So basically, I use the G30 for the sparge water, and then the G70 for that. And even then, the G30's not quite big enough, but I just because some of the sparges are like for the smaller beers, you need like 45 liters of water or something or.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Whatever that is in gallons. No, that's not 4. That's 10. 10 gallons, 10, 11, 12 gallons of water. So.
Damn, that's cool though. I didn't realize you had that big of a system, actually.
Yeah, I got the G70 a while ago. I think I only did about 4 or 5 brews on it before I opened this up. Although when I bought it, when I did buy it with the idea of opening this up eventually. That's pretty much where any expensive kit I justified with.
Yeah.
That's
and you're using Speedles, I think I saw.
I got a 3 of the Spidels or Speedles or whatever, however you pronounce them. They just came up used on like Marketplace, and it was just I just couldn't turn that down because I mean if you put one batch through it, you can pay for it when they're only $100 used.
Our smallest brewery in Rhode Island uses those still, like from the time they opened to like wherever it's been, like 6-7 years later. So.
Oh yeah, nice. So, yeah, I just saw, and I do have the like when I first started brewing, but I didn't even have the BrewTech 1 barrel fermenters, which I'm using now is the Bright Tank or whatever. But at first I didn't really have any method to carbonate, so I was going to be just, and I still do it with some batches, just putting them into kegs and then using the Blickman Quick Carb to roll through it.
Getting you guys some shout out love in the comment section right here. One sec.
Nice.
Yeah, so all you guys had some car trouble. He's probably not going to be with us here tonight. Maybe we can get Larry on here. This would be cool, man. What up, Patrick Glazer? Taser. Let us know what you guys are drinking tonight. And there's a 50-50 chance I'm brewing tomorrow or Friday at the latest.
Oh, you're down to 50-50 for tomorrow.
Yeah, because we shot a video yesterday, and I've wanted to make this beer brats video for a long time, and it's just the easiest thing you could ever do. It's almost impossible to fuck up unless you cook the bratwursts too long and they open up or something. But it's like it's still delicious, just eat it anyway. You can't really overdo this, and people think so much into it. They spend all this time on these steps that are just dead weight, and I'm either going to edit that video tomorrow or wake up in the morning and try to track down some distilled water and brew. So either way, I'm putting out content again. What up, Juvenal? Nice. What up, Chris Vodka? Unicycle Master, what's up, man?
Look, I'm going to be honest. Wow. I don't really like beer that much.
So I'm not going to lie, Juvenal. I'm a little envious. I would love to do something like that, but it's not legal here. Like someone else said, it depends on the state and in America.
What would you have to do to get, or is it just the zoning? Just straight up can't do it with the zoning.
Even if you had no tasting room, though, if you just had nobody coming in except for you still couldn't do it.
You can do it. It has to be zone commercial.
Production's
I could probably
the scary
try to
word.
Do something to like rezone this garage, because this garage is fucking huge. But I
mean, you just have to look into the zoning of the area, like find out if there's other businesses that are kind of rezoned a certain portion commercial or something, and then take it from there. Because I know you can do it, but like out here, I think it's like a couple $1,000 to put in an application to rezone, and then even then you're not guaranteed to get it if you have like one or two neighbors that really aren't down.
California's weird too, because when you want to get I don't even think it's production. If you want to put in a tasting room or a bar or something, you have to put up a sign for like a month or something that's facing the window, facing the street, and let everybody know that you're going to be selling alcohol, and it gives your neighbors a window to say no and shut it down.
Complain to the city council or whatever.
Yeah, just like, I'm next door, I've got a daycare or whatever, a barber shop. I don't want drunk people hanging out, pissing in the streets, throwing up and stuff like that. So I've never heard of anybody that's opening a brewery to get shut down by that, but you have to do that, at least in California. I don't know about Tennessee.
That makes sense, and that's kind of fair. You should let the local residents voice their concerns.
Yeah, the guys who have been there, and some businesses you could compliment. If there's a liquor store right next here or a tattoo parlor, it seems like there's always tattoo parlors right next to dive bars. It seems like a pretty good business to compliment. Just, do a bunch of day drinking, take a bunch of shots, and then get a tattoo on the fly.
I was going to say, pretty much the clientele of the bar are probably the same clientele as the tattoo shop.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But then you've got...
And the artists.
Yeah, then you've got, your business next door that deals with, I don't know, kids or the exact opposite of whatever drinking is. So I get that too.
Are you delivering to Texas part of the time?
Oh yeah, we'll get down. I'm going down to the States in the summer, so I might.
He's gonna drive down one keg to Texas.
I'll just bring a few beer down and send them out, maybe.
So is it all word of mouth, or are you buying? Oh yeah,
so far
Google
it's pretty
AdWords?
Much word of mouth. I did like a few posts on like some of the community like message boards on Facebook and stuff, but I only did one post on each of the local ones because I don't want to flood. Like some people flood their businesses, like sending posts like every day or two, and just gets a little messy. So I think once the word gets out there, and I don't have a crap, like if I sold even like one or two orders a day or a couple orders a week, like I'd be out of beer before I can brew more. So I just gotta get it going. Although I still have it right now, I still got 200 or so beer cans in my fridge.
So what's the point of all this? Is it to make money? Is it to break even? Is it just to sell to your local community, your favorite restaurants?
I think it's to get better at brewing and just to get the beer out there. Like it's not it makes almost, other than breaking even and getting to brew a lot and maybe making a few bucks, but the few bucks would be like probably works out to like $5 an hour.
Yeah, and
if I'm lucky. Yeah, if I don't buy stuff,
and you're not even factoring labor too. I mean, you're not.
No, I'm going.
You're just talking
zero labor. Like $5 an hour would be like my predicted almost best case scenario. So I'm really just trying to get out there. I think I need to
I don't know
as
where you
soon
get
as
all this
possible.
time, man.
I don't really have it. I need to figure that out too. But
Do you-
I need to get into a 1 barrel brewing system probably sooner than later. But I'll just wait and see how the sales go. As soon as it starts like selling out all the time, then I'll go to a 1 barrel system. I'm not gonna.
We'll go public.
Yeah.
New York Stock
exactly.
Exchange.
But yeah, like a 1 barrel system would save me
Tons
theoretically
of hours.
like 25 or 30 hours every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks.
That's awesome, man. So what styles have you sold yet?
So far I basically just did every fermenter I had. I did something different in for the first round. So first round I started with a kind of the 3 Spidels, the 3 barrel fermenters I filled with kind of easy drinkers like the
Pale ale.
like a one of them's a lager which isn't quite ready yet. I think I'll probably have that out by the weekend. Just a blonde and then kind of like the Belgian whitey shock top blue moony type because people like their macros around here, so I figure you need to do the bulk ones of the plain ones, and then the other ones I did in the smaller, the half barrels. I just did a plain IPA, a stout, a cold IPA, and German pills, which should be done soon too.
What about going the brew show approach or Clawhammer? What about collabing with a brewery? Have you gone up to any CEOs or head brewers and talked about your channel or?
No, I'll get working on that sometime soon. I know with like if I ever want to do like a listing in the liquor store, like because the province runs the liquor store.
Yeah.
So if I ever want to do one of them, I'll have to get into the not necessarily collab, but I'd have to get into the what do you call it, contract brewing probably.
No, that's cool, man.
I can't put out a 500-liter batch unless I want to do. I think you need to have like 1,200 cans or something good to go to.
Yeah,
put
where
it out to the liquor
would
store
you
here.
even store that? I mean, you'd have to have a 4-car garage. You
I
can't
can-
you can't put it in your house. You have a family.
I built the 8x8 walk-in fridge in the
Nice.
in the garage, so I could put a pallet of beer in there.
That's awesome. And anybody who's ever gone on a brew tour or seen in the back of a big brewery, the big breweries have huge warehouses that are just filled with cans. I mean, cans take up so much space, just pallet after pallet after pallet. You have to have a whole other building to pay rent on just to store your cans, which is, trash that people are just going to throw away. But that's how it's done.
Or you could build a shed in your garage and put an air conditioner on it, and
Does it have to be
And then that-
temperature controlled, the cans?
yeah, that's like I just have basically you buy a cool bot, and they're fairly expensive. They're about $500. The used air conditioners, $200, and then you just build a really insulated box around it.
What's wrong with the cans? If they're
what do you
sitting
mean,
out,
the,
if they're sitting out, 80
gotta
degrees
keep it cold.
outside. Is
Are
it
you
the
talking like the cans, like the empties, or the?
the storing cans? Do they have to be temperature controlled? I mean, what's the deal with? Is it the aluminum or the graphic on there or the paint? I mean, is something?
There's beer.
Oh,
in them,
no.
You should keep it cold.
Yeah, there's just their beer. You don't want to get them in. Like if I kept them in the garage, it'd be going from like.
Oh,
actually
you're
not
talking
that
about.
bad, but-
Oh, you're talking about after you. Okay, I was just talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
before.
No, nothing to the cans. You could just build a shed outside if you wanted to.
Okay, gotcha.
Or
Yeah,
then just keep the bugs out.
all caught up,
don't-
man.
I say I don't mind having it in the garage because it's a little better, but
Yeah.
like I'm doing all my milling and stuff in the garage too, so there's probably like if I'm not rinsing the cans good, there's probably all this great chance for get some lacto in there and get turn all my beers sour and
some bugs in there.
all that
Yeah.
kind of fun.
What up, Steve at Northwest Small Batch Brewing? Much love for the memberships, man. Gifted 5 Hoppy Hour memberships. Cheers to Steve, and he's got a cool YouTube channel as well under the same name over here. He's got
Nice.
tips on Thursdays that I watch every Thursday. Uh-oh. Cheers, Steven. Much love, Raj. Yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah, Bruce, I sanitize the cans before filling. I just don't. I don't trust that they're probably decently clean, but you usually got to sanitize them or at least rinse
Look,
them.
I'm gonna
with,
be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
I don't know, some sort of fancy water that I don't have. So yeah, I just
I think it's worth
sanitize
the
them.
extra work to sanitize.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, what are you
Yeah,
doing
and
for
like
your?
in the time, I basically just sit in a spot and then have my canner, the filler, and everything just in one area, and I can just sanitized as I'm waiting for the cans to fill, so it doesn't really take that much extra time.
Where is
Little
Larry?
workstation.
Good question about
Yeah.
Larry.
Fill station.
Where is Lawrence? He hasn't seen it. I texted him last at 8:45. That was an hour ago.
Lawrence is. I wonder if that's his actual real name.
Like birth certificate
that-
name? You can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, like if that's what it says on his birth certificate.
Especially, like, I don't know, Larry was probably born in the 60s, right? Early 70s?
So,
Sorry, Larry.
so
So
today
you're
I
born in
learned
79, you
that
piece of
Larry
shit.
is short for Lawrence.
Just right
I
now?
had no clue. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, I'm not even joking.
Yeah. Lawrence's BBQ. B&Q,
Oh my God.
B&B, barbecue, and brewing with Lawrence. See what happens, Larry? Are the cans the Canadian ounces or U.S. milliliters?
They're okay. That's like a reverse question, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't get it
But yeah,
either.
it's the cans are all the U.S. size cans because they're 473 milliliters, but that's 16 ounces, so that works out. I think like the Australian cans, like if you go to Kegland and get the cans, they're all 500 milliliters, which is like 16 point, I don't know, 7-8
Sienna Miller.
ounces or something.
I think we
Yeah,
thought that
boy.
was a girl in here one time. She's like, no, I'm a dude. I'm like, fuck, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's been
I think
girls
that's
in here
last
before,
week.
though. Yeah. This is what happens, Larry. So YouTube's pretty much on hold. I don't know how you have a family, a job, brewing beer, selling beer, and
Yeah, I just haven't got
editing.
a video. Like I keep filming. So I've been kind of filming stuff with the phone a lot lately because it's just the time to set up stuff. But I do have some stuff in the hopper, hopefully, and I do have some unfinished. I think at least 2 unfinished grain to glass videos that I still might have some beer from to do a real
Get 'em-
quick tasting. So I should just
get them
probably
live,
put those
man.
together.
Get
But I'll
'em
try to
live.
do that.
Make some shitty
since I'm
cooking
getting,
videos like me, man.
Yeah, if I'm getting that surgery in June, then
Yep.
it may give me a lot of time to like sit down on the computer and actually mess around with it because I won't be lifting heavy for at least a few days.
No, good luck with all that, man. Good luck with your surgery, and yeah, get some content out. You too, Noam. Me 3.
Fine,
I'll
try to
get
get
around to
something
it
out.
never.
Who's been on a good one?
like-
The Brew Show had a killer Zelda video. The mead, I don't know how that passed.
Yeah, that looked pretty rad. I like the packaging. He had it all set up, and
And it
Yeah,
passed
it looked- it looked
monetization.
Like a potion too.
It passed monetization. I've used all those songs years ago, and they all got flagged. It was a Christmas miracle for the Brew Show to get away with that. But it was a great video nonetheless, and he did it really well. And I think it was the day the new Zelda game came out. So
yeah, I think
perfect
he did that,
timing.
and then he did the Mario one when the
Mario,
movie came out.
yeah. So I don't have that game yet. I'm afraid to buy it. I don't trust myself.
No, I gotta finish. I still haven't finished Breath of the Wild, so I need to.
Yeah,
I won't let myself buy the new one before I get that.
yeah. Stephen Plash, shout out to Apartment Steve. Good call. Steve's always on a good one. He's on a good
every
one.
week.
He's brewing around the clock. That's another guy that like I don't understand. Do you give your beer away? I mean, how much beer do you drink? How do you brew 5-gallon batches every week unless you're drinking a gallon a night, which could be possible, but I wouldn't bet on it.
I can just.
I'm sorry,
You got
Bruce.
the-
I'll have a
you
video
just need
next
those,
Wednesday. Promise. Sorry, what were you saying?
Just need those sponsorships where it's not that expensive to brew beer.
Is Martin and Marshall still on a good one?
I think they're keeping consistent there. I know they did.
I don't even know what.
They were a little
Yeah.
late on the brew, or what is it? What's the fermenter that everyone's that's
Every
the
Wednesday.
fermenter
every
everyone's
Thursday.
been reviewing. They were a little late on that one.
Climber?
Brew Tools
Built
one
maybe
or
or something like that.
Or Brew Tools.
whatever. What's the American one? Not the
I think it's brew built.
yeah,
Could be
something like
wrong.
that.
Oh, I have no idea.
Um,
Bitter Reality. Shout out to Bitter Reality. Much love, Chris Vodka. I don't know why his stuff doesn't show up on my browse feed or my homepage anymore. But good to hear that he's still killing it. I talked to Climber. They were supposed to put a video out. Barbecue Larry did the Vienna Lager, I think last video I saw of his. I don't know. Everyone's busy these days.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. I just need to get something out myself.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
I
yeah,
think it's
just,
awesome what
I'll
you're doing,
just
man.
be-
I love this little side project hustle that I don't think any homebrewer has done before.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
been done.
not in my world. Yeah, I'm sure it's been done, but
Yeah.
I have a question. So the spitles, you have those all in the same
Spital?
room, like the fermenters?
Yeah, I got them there right now. Yeah. Basically,
So how do you
put
like
wheels on
maintain?
each one.
Is it all? Do you use all the same temperature when you're fermenting these, or do they?
That's
are they
that's
able
what
to be
that's what I
independent?
have been so far. Just using the doing the easy beers in them, like the blonde. I'm not obviously temperature control is great, but like if I can keep the room at 18 degrees, like sure it might pop up to like 22 or something while it's fermenting, but it'll stay decent. And I was looking at the you could probably really not necessarily get it down to maybe cold crash temperatures, but the you could probably put the same coil that I put in the all rounder in them because it comes with a lot of extra space at the top, and I think it would fit down to probably maybe a little under half size of the barrel. So I think if you have some sort of temperature control there, you can do that. And for my last batches, I just as soon as they were done fermenting, I just wheeled them into my walk-in fridge. So I was able. So yeah, I just had to kept the fridge at 2
Do what you gotta
degrees
do, yeah.
and did that. But
cheers, Jerry.
yeah,
No, are you still thinking about buying a Climber system?
I would like to buy a smaller system.
A
for my
pilot system?
apartment.
A pilot system for your homebrew system? A pilot system from
No,
your pilot
just something
system?
like because I want to start doing like the sour type stuff at my apartment. Keep all that shit here, so it's separate from this room.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's like low on my list of things to do, to be honest.
Everyone's busy right now. I'm trying to go to San Diego. I'm trying to go to the gym. I'm trying to put out content. I'm trying to edit the happy hour videos. I don't know why that whole drinking with coworkers thing took me so long and it's not uploaded yet. But I don't know. What fucking is it May? Why is it so busy right now? How come everyone's so backed up? Weather's good.
Yeah.
Vacations.
Weather's getting nicer, yeah.
People are going out.
you didn't get to any of the
I need hip
stuff from
surgery.
the homebrew conference.
I need to tear an ACL or something so I can just chill out and just edit.
Do it. Get a hip replacement. That's what I recommend.
Go play some basketball and just go out there like Jim Carrey from The Cable Guy and just
Yeah.
break a shoulder or something. What up, Aubrey? I think that was the person we thought was the chick last time. CH, I just started doing brew in a bag demos at my local homebrew store. That's awesome. Hell yeah, Chris Vodka. Cheers to that, Barrage. Nice vodka. I got those people off their 3-tier systems. Northwest small batch. Aubrey Hire. I have a Clawhammer system and it's awesome. Yeah, I got to brew Friday. I'm going to edit tomorrow. I'll brew before work on Friday.
Nice. What's your? Do you know what you're brewing?
Yeah, it's an amber lager, not really like a Yingling, maybe a little bit darker, but it's a beer. It's a recipe that Adam Makes Beer gave to me, a month ago, maybe even longer. And
Nice. Yeah, I was at a hospital today, and someone was talking about beers, and they're like, "Yeah, I really like ambers." I'm like, "Oh shit, I should probably." I don't think I've even brewed one of those, so
amber lager right here.
Why not brew my first batch and sell it to people?
Yingling. I love Yingling.
Yeah, it's definitely a good solid beer, and it's usually pretty cheap if you buy it by like the case.
Yeah, and the weird
Like
thing about
maybe 12
Knoxville,
or-
Tennessee is that beers are like the same price as California. Beers are like $7, $8, $9 now. It's ridiculous. I mean, your labor's cheaper, your rent's cheaper. I mean, I don't know what the deal is. Like Californians just have to sell twice as much beer to stay in business. Beers out here on paper should be like $4. So it's good to have the Yingling to just still have 6-packs out here that are delicious for $8.99.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I'd like to get the beer cheap, but it just doesn't make sense for the size I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm basically
On
my
paper,
beer pretty
should be
much.
the
I
most
might get it under
expensive.
$4 or $5 sometime, but for now it's just like $5 for like the lager types or whatever, the big cans, and then $6 for like if I do a higher gravity
can,
IPA
right?
or yeah.
What do you pay
So
for a
it's
beer
not-
out there in Nova Scotia if you were to go to a pub? American.
It's,
All
at
right,
a pub,
weird Canadian ratio. What do you guys use up there?
It's probably actually pretty cheap if you convert it
euro?
over now that the exchange rate's silly. But I think you're looking at a lot of places. Like I went to a brewery the other day, and they were selling them for like $9 a pint or something, which to me seems crazy for a brewery to be selling them at that price.
Yeah, how much is it supposed to be if it's outside the middleman?
At a bar.
Yeah,
much-
like at a bar, like a
or
fancy
outside
bar.
of production.
I'd expect that maybe, but I find like 750 or 850, 750 to 850 is kind of like the standard price, which would only be like $5 American. But
Remember back in the day in high school when you could get a 32 of Miller High Life for like $1.29? Country Club, Red Dog. What was the snake one? King Cobra. Those were all like $1.29.
Oh,
yeah.
I've heard of that one.
King Cobra?
I've heard
No?
of Red Dog though.
Red Dog was a little
Milwaukee's Beast or Best.
I got a Red Dog.
We're talking
over
about
my
the worst
other
beer
place.
on the lowest aisle in the shittiest store in the worst city. What were those beers?
Black Label.
Lucky
Says
Lager.
beer on it.
Old Gravity, High Gravity, Old Reserve,
Steel Reserve.
Steel Reserve.
Steel Reserve. Yeah. That,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
like
if you,
high octane
yeah,
stuff.
if you could drink it, it would work. But the problem is that you might throw up before you finish your 40.
Dude.
And the more
you could
you
never
wait,
finish it. It would get warm by the
yeah,
time
it
you
gets
you
all
were done.
warm and
you
it's
just
all
have to-
you have to
foamy
finish
and
it.
shit, man.
Wasting alcohol.
I was watching
No.
Boys in the Hood the other day, and they're just drinking these warm ass 40s out there. I was like, I got to hand it to you guys, man. I don't think I can do that. I mean, maybe
No.
20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, but 20 years ago, yeah, Little League, chugging beers. But like, yeah, you're
we're down
outside
all
in
like
Southern
this, Little League.
California. It's, it's a clear bottle. The sun's just beating on it. It's like, you better drink that thing fast because the longer you wait, the more disgusting it is.
More painful, yeah. Did you hear about the drinking party game thing where like you
Party
duct
time?
tape 240s to your
Yes,
hands? and you
Edward
have to, like,
Yeah,
Edward 40 hands.
yeah.
Edward 40 hand.
I hated
my
that
God.
game.
That was a new thing to me like recently, and I laughed my ass off when I found out about it. Seeing
yeah.
people like you. Who's the guy that doesn't get the Edward 40 hands? Because like somebody has to duct tape
Yeah.
like the last guy.
Well,
you
not
know?
only that, what if you don't have a girlfriend who's supposed to, take your pants off and let you take a leak? Like, how's that?
Oh shit, dude. Well, you
I
just
just
wear
gotta-
depends.
Plot
You
twist,
just
bro.
gotta finish. You just gotta finish.
Just piss yourself at the party?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. No, I never liked
gotta-
that game, and I never liked beer pong.
Be like
'Cause when
that old lady from Billy Madison.
the bus driver. Peeing in your pants is cool. No, I didn't like that game, or I didn't like beer pong. Because when I made it in beer pong, when I'd make the ball in the hole, I wanted to drink the beer. I don't understand why they get to drink the beer. Beer pong should be set up where if you make it in there, you get the beer. And you're not allowed to drink until
Took a while to register.
it goes in, yeah. But whatever, I don't know. Tanglefoot Brewing, what's up, man? Tanglefoot. Is this the Tanglefoot?
Tanglefoot. That would be. Ever bought Big Flats at Walgreens, $4.99 a 6-pack.
Big Flats. I don't know that one. $4.99 for a 6-pack. That's about as cheap as you can get. Or the Trader Joe's beer, but that's different because it's proprietary. But beer, it's kind of heavy. It takes up room. I mean, how cheap can beer get for you to it be worth to put it on your shelf? $5 a 6-pack?
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but my internet's kind of shit now.
Can you guys hear me?
Reason up. I got you.
Tanglefoot, how are you, man? Let's take his YouTube channel and let's throw that in the chat. 1 second, y'all.
Nice. Jimmy Mofo looks like he got one of the better deals of the pitcher of Sierra Nevada for $3.50 in 2005.
A pitcher of Sierra Nevada? How much is a pitcher? 72 ounces?
Yeah, it's somewhere around. Well, it used to be like might be 48 ounces. I don't know what.
No, it's more than that.
Because it used to be not much more than 3 or 4 glasses at a bar, and they weren't given giant glasses. I don't think it'd be. Well, maybe it's 64. Is it the same size as a growler?
I think it's 4 or 5 pints. It's either 60. Is it pints or is it 12 ounces? And I always think about that because every pitcher is a different style. Not a different style, but that some of them
$5
like
a
go
six-pack.
up like
Wow,
a
that is
cone
cheap.
and some are round, or they're just a circle all the way around. I'm like, are some pitchers bigger and smaller than others? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's 5 beers.
Yeah, they used to be at the bars. They used to be $5, and those pitchers were.
But then you go to that one
Pretty.
bullshit bar, that one bar you've never been to that's like a laser tag place too, or like some arcade, and they say pitchers are $5, but they come out with those super skimp ones. They're
Oh,
only like 32
like the mixed drink size.
like,
pitchers.
dude, that's
like
not a pitcher. That's a
fishbowl or
plastic
something.
mug, man. This is bullshit. You got to let people know how many ounces are on this.
Yeah, we got Chris Ratty saying 60 ounce according to Google.
Did we lose
Zach
Gnome?
saying 64.
Gnomeski.
Yep.
Oh, he's here. Right on. Yeah, I thought we were going to have 4 people in here tonight, guys. Sorry, it's always kind of weird when there's just an odd number, because when it's even, we could do the come on, knock on our door. No, the Brady Bunch. We could do the Brady Bunch.
No, the real Brady Bunch, you need like
9?
3, 6, 8, and then you have like the Chad in the middle.
With that super hot
Real
MILF
tiny.
Alice in there. Yeah, man. What do we got? Tommy Grisham. The Google says usually 64 ounces. Though I've been to parts that definitely only get 3 pints out of a pitcher. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there needs to be more pitcher awareness out there. When people
I think it was. I remember always getting pitchers, and you get the 3 kind of full glasses and then 1 half glass. So you always try to be that first one if you're splitting one for the second glass, and then the other person gets screwed.
Yeah, and it's a price thing too. It's a price thing too. Like if you look at a pitcher and it says $20 on it, like it should be a legit pitcher. You know, if it's a pitcher that says $8 or something, like I might want to break out my measuring stick or something.
Nice.
Anyone here brewing at the moment? What's everyone brewing? What's everyone drinking tonight? I'm doing my traditional lager, Yingling, splash of salt. A little salt never hurt anybody.
Oh, that reminds me. Actually, I do have a saison ready. I forgot all about it.
Nice. Jackpot.
Yeah, we used these.
Ron Barnes. 32s, 48, or 60. Just Googling.
We used these Yinglings to cook these brats. You can pretty much cook with any beer except for IPAs. You don't want your food to taste bitter, and IPAs are expensive, so drink with the cheaper stuff. But we used 2 Yinglings when we made our poor man sweet and sour sauce, aka maple syrup and apple cider vinegar. And these were so good, man. These brats were good. These beers are good. And nobody wanted to drink any of the Yinglings, so I've got a few left over. So I'll drink all 8 of them tonight. Yep. Is there any girls in here?
Oh, we're getting in the political talk. Someone or Stephen Plass saying the Miller's next to be burned, just like Bud Light.
What happened?
I think I read that article, and they had an article.
They started talking about abortion.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they
start telling everybody who to vote for or some shit.
Yeah, no, I don't know why Miller would get burned for their ad. All Miller's ad was, and apparently it came up before the Mulvaney thing, but Miller's ad was just basically pointing out that in the historic brewing, it was mostly women that did the brewing.
I've heard that before.
And it was just sorry for using bikini photos or whatever for the last 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, that's just another thing.
But that's just crazy that, I don't know, it's crazy that companies would get burned for something like that. But enough of that. That's into political talks, I guess.
Yeah, that's 2 hours from now.
Yeah, that's
2 hours from now. That's funny as shit. That's at the 4-hour threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when
I
can't
stay much more than another hour.
No, it's one of those things where I always if I'm talking with somebody on here and I hear someone catch something or bash a YouTube channel or bash a product or something or shit on something, I'll keep a mental note and I probably will take it down. I think that's what happened last time. But then sometimes you wake up and you're hungover and you just run over to your phone and you see did I post anything stupid? Is there any selfies? Did I send my dad another dick pic? Go on YouTube. Did I keep this up? This and that. And you're just like, dude, I can't. This is just coming down, man. It's just coming down. And I don't even think any of them should stay up, you have to be here.
Yeah, I mean that's
not
a bad idea. If you can keep track of your snippets that are good talk, get rid of anything else, and then just make it so you got to be here if you want to see it. That's the best way to get people, probably.
And I wish, and I've got so many things written down, where Noam or Aliaz or you or who's ever on will just go on a good rant, and I'll write it down. But just to go back and chop it up and look at the B-roll clips and take, movies that I remembered It still takes like 5 hours, you know?
Oh yeah.
4 or 5 hours. And we say we all do it. No, me and Alias do it the most. But I low-key mumble, and I say like and a lot. Same with Alias. Pretty much everybody does it. So I have to edit all those out too. So it just takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was saying.
Like you just said,
Well,
twice. I would have edited one of those out.
Yeah, that's
Not trying to call you out right now.
That's
But
how it's gonna be. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what do they call them? Word whiskers or something stupid, and they're just things that you say.
not
Let's see, goose.
not like Valley Girl stuff where everything's like, you know, clueless, that'd be a lot more noticeable. But there's just, I just want to clean it up and just make it a concise 3-minute rant or whatnot. And it just takes a lot of time. Dude, we did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we had a work meeting yesterday. It was a virtual work meeting. And there was like maybe Highwire has like maybe 200 employees now. The brewery that I work for is huge. When we opened up in Knoxville 4 years ago, I think they had 85 employees. And now they have damn near 200. But the sales guy that came on, every other word was and I was just like, dude, you're in sales, man. And it's not as bad as, who's the Looney Tunes character? Is that Porky Pig or Daffy Duck?
Porky Pig or Daffy? Oh yeah, it must be a Porky Pig.
Like all I hear is I was like, dude, I'd rather go clean a bathroom right now than listen to this guy talk. You know, like anything but this, man. And you're the top sales guy. I'll probably get fired for this, but it's all good. But it was an interesting meeting nonetheless. One of the things that stood out though was that people aren't going out as much as they used to. That's all across the board. That's outside of craft beer. That's bars. That's restaurants. That's places that serve alcohol. It's down 5% or something from last year, which is a lot.
No, that makes.
I don't know if it's
from last year. I guess last year everyone had their. They were just on the post-COVID get out factor, and now everyone's just enjoying their the setups they built during COVID.
We didn't talk about the reasons for it, but I think that people in their 20s, younger people, they don't party the way that we used to. There's a lot more technology now. There's a lot less social interaction face-to-face. There's a lot more gaming, you know, text messages, group message. That's what I thought, but I don't know.
There goes my internet again.
But yeah, just people going out. I think people are just going out less. That's what I would put it on. You know, everyone now is like on the spectrum of an introvert or a self-titled introvert and stuff like that. Like I don't remember people talking that way back in, you know, the college days and stuff like that. But yeah, people are going out less and people are spending less money. And another thing we were talking about was the distribution game, the can game at your grocery store. He was talking about like you're either moving, you know, most breweries in San Diego are just localized at this point. Getting your beer into a grocery store is a huge account. It's a giant account. But what was he talking? It's like half the cans there are either it's a company that's like moving, like, you know, moving up, making a ton of money, just killing it. And the other half of the cans in there are dying. You know, like if you're in the canning game, I guess the grocery store game, you're either making moves or you're losing a lot of money. And I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting too. I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know. This guy knows what he's talking about, but all I know is there's a lot of breweries, there's a lot of alcohol, and there's only so much room at a grocery store to get your stuff in there. So it's got to be a pretty badass account.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then a lot of how are the grocery stores set up out there? Are they?
We do beer and liquor.
Is all the beer in the in a refrigerated, or is there a lot of aisles with liquor, the beers there that are just not even cool?
It's all refrigerated, the store that I go to.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't live in a dry county or anything. They're out here in Tennessee. You know,
Yeah.
Jack Daniels is made in a dry county. You know, the irony in that.
Oh yeah, Lynchburg.
Yeah,
That is
it's
weird.
Craziest thing ever.
Well, this may come as no surprise, but I'm sorry about my internet sucking tonight.
Dude, join the club. I had to
Oh, right, yeah.
I had to reboot twice. But yeah,
My
I think
internet's amazing. Canadian internet's a lot better.
I think that most grocery stores, they'll have the domestic stuff, the cheap stuff over here. That's funny. How do they label it? And then maybe on the back side they'll have the craft beer, or on the left they'll have the cheap stuff, and then on the right they'll have the craft beer. But it's definitely not alphabetical by any means. They got a method to their madness.
All right, pay for shelf space.
Yeah, especially if you're
Front and center, eye level gets the big cost. So you
Yeah,
get something at your mind to be like one line of beer at foot level,
right.
possibly behind another beer.
Yeah, I always think about that, especially as a little kid, because the cereal aisle was so big. The grocery store was so boring to go to, but all the little kids would run to that aisle. Who's got the waist high product placement? And I'd imagine it's all the big punchers, right? All the people
Count
that
Chocula,
have, yeah, all the people that
Lucky Charms.
had commercials. The cereal was so big in the 90s, there was commercials with mascots. Trix had their bunny, Count Chocula.
Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson,
They had their cereals?
Pro Stars.
Oh,
That might have been like late 80s. I don't remember
Or are
what
you
that
counting
was.
Wheaties?
Gretzky?
Yeah.
No, there was I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like a cartoon and
It was a
Well,
cartoon.
cereal.
It was Bo Jackson, Michael
I
Jordan,
think Gretzky. Yeah,
and maybe Deion Sanders.
I think it was just Bo.
It was just the
Bo,
three?
Gretzky and Jordan. I think
Yeah, I remember that.
someone can correct us in the
Yeah,
old,
and then the Lucky Charms guy.
Yeah.
They're always after my Lucky Charms.
yeah. But I guess Fruit Loops, that would have been a big spender.
Who was Fruit Loops?
Oh no,
was
or
that
Frosted? The
Toucan
Toucan
Sam?
Sam.
Toucan Sam.
Or Frosted Flakes. They're great. Apparently,
Tony the Tiger.
yeah. They did good at imprinting that in our minds for the next 40 fucking years.
And then the bee from Cheerios. What was his name? That little fucker. Always, you got a bee.
Yeah, he's
You got a
I can
bee.
picture him, but I don't know
Yeah.
if he had a.
It was a dude, I think. It was a barrage.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Is there still cereal commercials? Big shout out to Will, member for 12 months,
thanks,
man.
Will.
Thank you, Will. Much love, Barrage.
Wow.
Check out
I'm
these
sure
guys'
there
channels
are.
as well.
Back off, War Child. Seriously.
Probably on like a Cartoon Network or something like that. To,
Yeah,
like,
it's-
drive the kids crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of ads are targeted so much better now, because everything that I'm kind of into shows up on my YouTube side, because I pretty much only see ads on YouTube. But everything I'm Googling, now this will show up, except for movies. Movies are kind of still universal. But back in the day, they would just kind of take shots in the dark, It'd be like, what's on at Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the 90s? Well, maybe let's not do a little kid commercial. Maybe let's just do like a perfume or something. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl watching, but like here's, Christian Dior bullshit, $60 for 1 ounce of smelly water,
Oh yeah.
But now everything I Google, like I'll Google, I don't know, lav mics and road mics and all this stuff. And then what's the ad that shows up now on YouTube? It's like a B&H commercial, So I actually do watch that. So they're paying a lot of money to get their shine, and I'm sitting through it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty. That company or B&H, what is it, B&H Photo or whatever?
Yeah, and they send you
They're
that.
pretty good because they ship to Canada at like almost no, like they'll send free shipping to Canada.
Yeah,
Which is like super rare for U.S. companies.
and they've got.
And I also thought
it
it was interesting they don't sell on Saturdays or whatever whatever the Jewish holiday or day of rest is or something. They don't.
Rosh Hashanah.
No, it's
Yom
it has
Kippur?
a word for it. Nope. It's the week. It's like
Christmas.
Sabbath or whatever it is on Saturdays where you're not allowed to work.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's definitely
Got it. Yeah. Hey, big shout out
They
to
do not
Bruce,
sell-
man.
They do not sell on Valentine's
Big
Day.
shout out to
That's what it
Prusy,
is.
man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Party time for life. I don't know if these things are coming through. Can you guys hear my?
I don't hear any music.
I don't-
Also,
yeah, I don't
I'm only
know.
listening to Discord.
Hey, we're lucky just to get the internet tonight. Today was kind of a clusterfuck, so we're here. What up, East Coast? LQ Reviews. What does LQ stand for?
IQ?
What did IQ even stand for?
IQ or LQ?
Did they still
No,
do the
that's LQ.
IQ test?
My eyesight, I gotta
Intelligent quota.
Questionnaire?
glasses up,
Oh, shit.
and then I'll be spread.
Some
Oh yeah,
bullshit?
That's,
Let's do a meetup in Asheville. I was just talking to Chris Radiation, Gnome, and Nick. He was talking about going to Asheville in April. I'll probably go a couple times before that.
Yeah, it's like a whole year away, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely down.
Yeah, I can't do a week out. That's why I got to hit people up the day before. I'm like, hey, you want to come on stream tonight? Like, yeah, let's do it. You know, because if I talk about it a week before, I'll forget about it
Ron-
and then ask
Ron
like
got
three
it.
other people and fuck it up. What, Valentine's Day? Was I right? Should we create a poll?
yeah, you were right.
I knew it.
So you didn't make it out to any of the Nashville craft beer conference stuff?
No.
That was supposed to be pretty nuts out there. Although I heard there was like a bunch of controversy over safe spaces and all that stuff. More things to.
Nashville's it's a
get
cool
mad at.
city. It's not really my vibe though. You liked it though, right?
Oh, I had an awesome time there, but it was also like it was my like only vacation I've had in like 5 years away from the kids. So like I'm gonna have fun anywhere. So
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
yeah, it's also like it's just like if there's a big conference or big sporting event in town, like I don't know who the fuck can afford hotel rooms unless like your company's paying for it.
Dude, I think about
'Cause
that
I'm
all the
pretty
time.
sure
man.
everything's like $400 or $500 a night.
I think about that all the time. I'm in airports and I see these families. I see a mom and a dad with 3 kids. I'm like, what is this going to cost? Like $5,000? You have to spend like $5,000 to go on vacation? You know?
Yeah, just on a flight. Like if I ever decide if we ever want to do Disney with a kid, we'll be in debt for like 2 or 3 years because it's probably a $10,000 to $15,000 vacation.
Yeah. So when we grew up, we just always went camping. I don't think I ever went on a flight with my mom or my dad until they got divorced. And then it was a lot easier, you know, because we'll take one of the kids, this kid's with the mom, this kid's with the dad. I go with mom this weekend. And then my mom became a flight attendant when I was like 14 or 15. So I was always jumping on the non-revenue standby tickets just to go to North Carolina and hang out in a hotel and play Pokemon Blue on my Game Boy Color, you know?
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I'd always want to buy a hat. I was obsessed with the baseball hats, the new era hats. I'd always want to buy I don't know, Pittsburgh Pirates or something. Just be like, yeah, I've been in the city. You know, I'm allowed to wear this hat.
Yeah.
But I don't, you know, like you're in the airport and you look around and like this gate's going to San Diego or Knoxville and the gate over is going to Hawaii and there's 5 people going. And I'm just thinking about like, how much is this? Like the kids get their own room.
Yeah.
You're feeding 5 people. You're probably not going to go to a grocery store. You're probably going to eat out every meal. Every meal is going to be like at least $100. And if you and the wife are drinking, how much is a beer in Hawaii, you know? And I'm just like, is this guy a millionaire? Is this guy a millionaire? Did this guy just
Billionaires. Only billionaires can go to Hawaii.
get an inheritance or win the lotto? Yeah, like in theory, kids shouldn't be on airplanes. Like, why is a fucking kid on an airplane? What did the kid? He didn't deserve this. He's not paying for the ticket. Go get a campsite and go camp outside with 4 of your friends and build your own fire. It's a lot cheaper.
More fun too.
You're probably
Yeah,
right.
you just gotta. There's brew tubers all around the place. You just gotta show up and sleep on their lawn or something.
You should have
That's
done
what
that.
BarrageCon should be, a camp. We should all go camping with our.
Oh, that'd be
with
pretty
bags.
rad if you
Like
find there. Just
Chris,
bring my little two man backpack tent.
remember that movie Camp Nowhere where all the kids lie?
Said
And they
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, it's one of the top 10 of all time, dude. It's up there with like, you know, The
I
Godfather.
haven't seen that in probably 20 years.
Goes like Godfather, Citizen Kane,
Camp
Nowhere. Yeah,
and
Camp
Bubble,
Nowhere.
and then Bubble Boy.
Yeah, and then Flubber and the big green. Yeah, the Flubber was actually Disney. Disney backed that shit. I don't think
Yeah.
they would do that
Joe
nowadays.
Dirt.
But it was like Robin
Joe
Williams.
Dirt.
Got
That
paid
movie until
$20
now.
million.
You bastard.
But no, Christopher Lloyd, that was a funny movie, man. All the kids lied to their parents, and he was a retired actor or something. So he would show up, and if the kid wanted to go to computer programming school, he'd dress up like a nerd. If Kid wanted to go to, soap opera school or theater school. He'd dress up like a French guy with a turtleneck or something. And he had all these kids money. And then when they got to the camp, he gave it to them. And they just went for blood, man. Like a what BarrageCon should be. Yeah, Lord of the Flies, yeah. It was the precursor to the BarrageCon.
Nice. So how's BarrageCon's planning going?
Dude,
Or is that the thing about BarrageCon? You don't plan BarrageCon, it just happens.
Maybe.
BarrageCon has to be Knoxville or Asheville. And I talked to my buddy Charles, Yeehaw, and I said, hey, man, can we, bring in like 30, 40 people? He was like, you don't even have to ask. Like, yeah. It's
just
not
show
like,
up.
Yeah. A lot of kids there.
Like,
So
well,
they got
I'm
nice. Don't they have like they got nice turf outside? Can we like pitch tents and sleep?
Probably
Sleep
couldn't go the Woodstock route. He'd have to put his foot down somewhere. I mean, this is a brewery that I think this is the first brewery ever where I've seen security guards there with tucked in shirts, tucked in collared shirts, not bouncers, like low key security guards with earpieces in. Sniper in the jar.
Yeehaw
is here again.
Yeah,
he's fucking blowing
Yeehaw
it.
Nashville was the first place I saw like strapped security guards. I mean, that's probably maybe standard everywhere there, but like open carry security guards was surprise to me.
Jesus. I understand the guy's drunk, man, but you can like fucking shoot him in the kneecap or what?
What's up, motherfucker?
What up, East in the Barrage, man? That would be the most ideal brewery though. Yeehaw. So I gotta go to San Diego, and then there's just no more vacations after that for a long time until I hopefully can buy a house.
Are you thinking about picking up one there? Or?
In Knoxville?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only place I can really afford.
Oh,
I didn't know how expensive life was being single. Everything was a lot easier
when you double your salary.
when you have a roommate that makes the same money as you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird how that works. All right, I'm gonna go grab some beers. I'll be back.
Okay, Gnome. So I'm gonna level with you. I got a little crazy on purchases for the brewery.
Nice.
And ended up ordering a Zom.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're splurging, dude.
Way too fucking expensive for what I'm doing, but carbonation pisses me off. I have a hard time like nailing it and stuff, and I just want to be able to like assume that I'm going to be growing for the brewery, and I just got it now. It's going to waste way too much beer. Like if I want to test the like 60-liter batches, it's like 5% of the batch will go to testing it with the Zom. But
that's awesome though.
But I'm looking forward to being able to test it and actually like, and we got like I may use it with the like Soda Stream too, so I can make a bunch of different levels of carbonation and try to train the palate. Although it might be different when it's not beer, but like it'd be kind of neat to like just say, okay, I know this is a one volume. I know this is a 2. I know this is a 3.
Right.
And then like
goes to 11. Goes to 11.
Actually, yeah.
Best name for a beer ever. Goes to Ale 11. You know what I'm saying? Little
if
wordplay.
If you ever down the line get into bottling mixed fermentation beers or bottling any kind of high carbonated beers, that Zom will come in handy. Like what Sapwood does in the States is they'll do like blends of like beers that have been sitting in barrels for like multiple years, and they'll because the Zom like starts registering around like 2.0. So what they'll do is they'll carbonate their beer until it registers on the Zom, and then they'll adjust or calculate like their sugar additions for like bottle carbonation. So that can help you in that if you go that route. Like I know you're probably just going to be like force carbing, but I forgot like where like how he came. I think he was having trouble like with his mixed ferment beers. Like some of them were overcarbed, some were undercarbed because it's kind of like guesswork. Like especially when you're blending, like some will have different like amounts of residual CO2. So rather than like just taking now the guesswork, he'll like I said like carb it until it registers, and now he knows like the starting point better.
Yeah.
You guys checking out my stash over here?
Yeah, I think once I use it, once you use them more, apparently that you don't need them as much because you'll get the you'll get kind of the taste for it. But like just to train myself and stuff, and then
Yeah.
even if I decide to wrap up ops or something, like you can always sell those, assuming it's not broken. By then, you can always sell them.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I also picked up. I got a used. One of my buddies had a used and one of the Easy Dens, so I picked up one of them. Although surprisingly, the hydrometer is pretty much usually within a 0.01, and even the wrap pills I'm finding are within really close ballpark to it.
You like those bottles I'm trying to show off?
Yeah, fancy stuff.
I didn't see them.
I got the bottle, like I don't know, what is this, 20 ounces? I'm going to start giving my beer away. And the rule is...
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
These are expensive.
Put them in the sun.
These are expensive, and I don't know how... What's the brewery that has these? Grolsch? Remember Grolsch?
Yeah, Grolsch. They do.
That's an expensive-ass bottle, man. That's an expensive-ass kind of deadweight overhead.
Yeah, if you buy 10 million of them at once, you probably get a deal, maybe.
But the thing is, that for homebrewing especially, like those are just gold. It's like a relic.
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Because they're dark, For one,
I heard a funny thing. I went to a
darker than shit I
conference
just
or
showed
like
you.
I went to a training session on and it was on yeast done by Fermentis, but I was talking to one of the brewers at one of the big breweries around here, and they were saying like
Should we chug a beer?
Beck's and those companies like that actually have machines that they put their beer through to skunk the beer.
Why? You mean like
Because that's the flavor.
the
like
Lowenbrows?
Heineken's or whatever. The ones that come in the green bottles that taste like skunky beer.
Heineken, Lowenbrow.
I've word of mouth says that there's machines that hit the UV light to them to give them that.
I don't even think you need
give them that sweet sunstruck.
Just let
flavor.
your distributors, your middleman, just leave them out in the sun. You boom, voila, you got that skunky smell. What up, Boston? What up, Chalky White? What up, Brett Beard?
Wow.
What up, Troy Homebrew? Bruce, Stephen Plast, man. Jaggers, what's up, Raj? Good to see all you guys still here, man. I'm digging all this green in here. Goose Fraba. Minnesota Fats.
Wow.
No girls allowed con. Sausage
Back off,
con.
child, seriously.
Nah, man, girls are allowed. There's only one. Her name is Hannah. And Flora, Sarah Flora. But chances are they probably will not show up. What is that Zorn you're talking about, James?
Oh no, it's just the Zaman Nagel. We were talking about the
Nick
carbonation
Smith.
tester. I
Chris Radiation
picked up.
Manchers, bro.
That'll hopefully be here next week.
Mm-hmm. I love Dos Equis. I love both the Dos Equis beers. What up, Sparger Brewing? Negra Modella. I always get afraid to say that beer. Negra Modella is one of my favorite beers, but I just don't like. It's too close to ruining your life. I Yeah, like the dude that was who was the announcer? Was it the Kansas City Royals guy that just got busted with an N-bomb, a racial slur? And everyone in the comment section's like, dude, he's such a racist. Like, no, he's not. You don't work your whole life and work so hard just to have like one little brain fart slip up. Like, trust me, he didn't think that was funny, and it just ruined his life. And we have a Doppelbock on, and it's just like someone could come in and just say like, what if saying Doppelcock is the worst word to say as a person or a white person? It's like just Doppelcock. Like I said it wrong, and like your life and your career is over now. It's like it's just like that easy. It's just a little.
And your brain gets like tricked up sometimes.
Pretzel
where,
logic.
like, because a word sounds similar. Like you don't intend to like say that word.
Yeah. Every
There's
time
newscasters that say the most obscene shit where they're like, what the fuck? And they're reading it off a list. So they're actually reading a word, but they're saying the wrong word. Like,
so whenever I say that beer, I say it really slow.
Yeah.
Negra Modelo. And we'll probably do a little Simcoe versus Mosaic after this one. James is giggling over there. He's like wanting me to say it.
I just opened a business. Dude. What are you doing?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not too worried about the politics of things. I'm pretty
back
pretty small.
to Dos Equis. Yeah, it's a good beer. Dos Equis is a great beer. Same with the other beer I just talked about. I like the Dos Equis. They've got a weird beer, right? Because they have a brown bottle. They've got a green lager and then a brown. Why is James laughing over there? Why is he smiling over there? What's going on?
I'm smiling at this delicious.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Troy Homebrew, gifted 5. Much love, Troy. Cheers. I don't know if my things are working, man.
I'm gonna be honest.
Usually
I don't really
there's
like beer that
a little Mega Man sound that pops up, man. But I can still see it.
I haven't seen any of the images pop up for the donations or any of that sort of thing. So.
Well, it's the memberships. They've been popping up.
Oh, have they?
off,
Okay,
child,
maybe I'm just
seriously.
not very noticed.
Let me see what's going on here. Sound clips. Hello. Audio output capture.
So I'll
Sound
just
clips.
listen.
Hello. I don't know. Like I said, we're lucky to be here. We're all just lucky to be here. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's up now.
Aiden has become a barrage. Is it working now?
Yeah, I saw John. John did the
Hey, much love.
23. We got Derek Keller has become a barrage.
Sound clips. Hello. I don't think it is working.
Audio output capture.
Some of it's there.
It's all good. Either way, we're hanging out. We're drinking beers. Favorite night of the week. Much love. We got the barrages in here. For those who just got here, been an hour in. Party time, James. We got Gnome.
Yeah. So when are you Gnome and Alley coming to Nova Scotia? When's that happening?
I was all into it, man. And then I looked at
super expensive flights to Nova Scotia.
Let's see if I'm allowed in the country.
Yeah.
Even if you get in there, though,
Oh yeah, nobody has
just to get
passports.
I have a passport.
Nice.
Yeah, my mom's coming to Knoxville in January. I'm gonna go fly down to Uruguay and Buenos Aires and chill out for 2 weeks and
Nice. Start your brewery.
see my mama, just see what's going on down there. There's a lot of cool waterfalls. You can take a ferry between Uruguay and Buenos Aires and get back and forth there in the same day. It's awesome when you're there. It just sucks getting there. Last time I did it was San Diego to Miami, 5 hours. Miami to Montevideo, 10 hours. But I did get first class one of those ways. It was cool. It was super cool.
That blows my mind still. 10-hour flight. I don't know how people do that.
I just did it to Stockholm in July.
God damn. Because I could never sleep on a plane ever. So
You read a whole book,
trying to
right?
occupy myself for 10 hours I don't see how it's possible.
Didn't you read a whole book? No.
Just pay $6,000 for the.
Yeah, that was 2 hours,
chair.
3 hours though. Sorry, what was that, James?
No one read a
Just
whole
pay
book.
$6,000 for the first class recliner chair.
Oh yeah, just
One good sleep, $6,000. That's you can't.
most expensive night's sleep
It's
ever.
like a real, and it's like a decent nap. It's not even like a good sleep.
It's like a half recliner, like a poor man's recliner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's once I get the brewery bigger and get all them air miles, and I'll still be flying standard because it's not worth it.
Gnome can read a whole book on a flight from Boston to Austin, but he can't fall asleep. He could read what is it? What'd you read? Like a 200-page book, Gnome?
I'll tell you the book. It was called Post Office by Charles Bukowski.
Was it
It
good?
wasn't like a big read or anything like that, but
Yeah, but you still read a book on a flight, man. I can't even read the back of a book, bro.
that's a lie.
Can't even read a food menu, dude. I need the pictures.
No one can read a whole.
Christopher Vodka just donated 1069. Braj is the region of India. The more you know. Big shout out to Chris Vodka. We've got no audio that comes through there, but I can still hit my little buttons over here, man. Much love, Chris. Thanks, Braj.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
You're helping me out buy my plane ticket to San Diego. Same with Juvenal Hernandez. Just donated $15. Cheers to Wednesdays and Dunkel Modelo. Dunkel Modelos. That is the word. We're not saying the other word anymore.
Yeah.
Dunkel Modelo. Shout out to Juvenal.
Back off, war child.
That's
seriously.
genius. Cheers.
I wonder if you ordered that, if a bartender would like get what you're saying. I'm sure at a beer bar they'd be like,
Probably not. Maybe at a
Okay,
brewery.
gotcha.
Yeah, maybe at a brewery. But Black Modelo. What's the translation? Just Black Modelo.
yeah, I think so. Or dark Modelo. Oh, dark. I don't know what Modelo means. What's Modelo?
Dark
I
in
know Dunkel
Spanish
means
is
dark.
cafe. I'm just gonna stop now,
Oh,
man.
really?
Yeah, someone's
Yeah.
gonna say the goddamn word and
Stop while we're not ahead.
Stop while we're not ahead. Stop while we're still on the line, the safe line.
We're not canceled yet, so let's
Yeah.
stop.
So,
by
Simcoe versus.
even mentioning canceling that basically cancels you. You're fucked.
Just say the word cancel.
Right, yeah.
Saying the word cancel will get
Yeah.
you canceled.
The algorithm just picked up on it.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna be like,
Hey, Hops on Dubs
Analyzed.
Brewing did super chat the last stream, man. Much love. Shout out to Hops on Dubs. We had Hops on Dubs, and there was another something. Hops and Super Narnar. Thanks, Hops on Dubs. Appreciate all that, man. That's helping out with, Beer Quaz Nation said it. Not me. Chris Radiation said it. And we're going to go back to talking about something else. But
Yeah.
much love to all you guys, man. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Superdoll.
Oh, squirrel.
Wow.
That
Speaking of
squirrel
beer.
can really jet ski. Yeah, what are you guys drinking over there?
Child series.
I'm doing.
I got a
I'm doing
Together We Brew, which is I guess it was a collab that was done for the Craft Brewers Association in Nova Scotia, but it's basically I think they just had a party at a local brewery called Church Brewing and made this.
Nice.
it's a cool.
It's
name.
a 4.5 Belgian lager.
Hey, if anybody wants to come on right now, first come,
at the
first
bottom
serve.
of,
I'd love to get the 4 square thing going. Chris
I
Radiation.
don't think I've ever heard Belgian lager.
Belgian lager.
Belgian, yeah, it does say Belgian lager, so I
I've
don't know.
never heard that before in my life.
Maybe it's
I heard about West Coast lager recently.
the same as a Belgian,
Beer Quaz Nation.
I don't know, light or single or something. Oh, a golden Belgian lager showcasing the passion and innovation of Nova Scotia brewers. This Euro lager is a crisp, sessionable beer with notes of light floral citrus.
I'm with Stephen Plass too. Blanco, I think, means white. We could
Yeah.
we could say that word all day. Vodka should go on.
Worried about it.
We could get him in here. No, I've heard of Belgian lagers this week now, and the other one was West Coast lagers. You guys heard of that one?
I heard of that. Yeah, West Coast, are you talking like a West Coast Pilsner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
that term. Not.
It's like
West Coast lager.
a
6%.
what is that? Is that basically just a Pilsner, but you just kind of
Add more malt.
dry hop it with some fun stuff?
Not really sure what the specifics are, to be honest. Like it's
I listen
a new
to
thing
a
to my ears.
Yeah.
Is it called
listen to
West
the
Coast
podcast of
IPA because it's boozier, or is because it's got more hops, or both?
West Coast IPA is more
clean or clear.
Yeah, like definitely clear. It's definitely
Classic.
not hazy. I think also the hop choices are different than your hazies.
Right.
Yeah, they're-
Malt bill is different. There's a lot of differences.
But it's
Um,
it's this. It's kind of the same, right? Because if it was not as boozy, it'd probably be called a session, and if it wasn't
Well,
as hoppy, it'd
also-
be called a pale ale. So it's got to be boozy and hoppy. It's got to be what?
Another
65 IBUs.
distinction that I've heard of, especially when you're talking Russian River, is they also add simple sugars to dry out the beer more.
I've heard about that. Because
I mean, obviously that's not like all West Coast, but
yeah, but people think if you just add a bunch of more hops, you're gonna get a more bitter beer, especially for doubles and triples. But like now, you're also adding like so much more malt too, So it's not. That's why everyone's double IPA kind of has that malty vibe, except for Pliny, except for Russian River.
that's also why I don't like triple and quad IPAs, no matter what style. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be sweeter. It's going to be boozier, too much body. Like, it goes into that like territory, which I just personally, I don't like that whatsoever, no matter what the style really.
I like trying them, but I think it's just because I'm trying to find one I really like.
Yeah,
Like you just want to hit one, and I've had some doubles that are at like almost like the triple levels, like the 10.5% or something, and they were fucking delicious. But yeah, like when they start saying triple and quad, it's like I just wonder what you can do with it. Like what can you do for flavor on a 12% beer or something like that?
dude.
And I'll have a 4-ounce pour only, please.
Yeah,
I drank two. We filmed yesterday.
Picture of the quad, please.
I drank 2 7% beers, and I was buzzed. I was like, whoa! Like I had my camera in my hand. I was like, whoa! I better chill out and go to a lager, man. Yeah, I don't need to be drinking the imperials or the quads or whatever, unless it's like one. But yeah, I don't know if I'm getting older or what. But IPAs in the daytime, a couple of those will I'm feeling it. Like there's no doubt about it.
And it changes your plans for the rest of the day.
I had everything written down, and this video we shot was so easy that a caveman could do it, a cave barrage could do it. But I just remember being kind of buzzed when we shot the video. And it's always, it's new guys coming over, some new friends. One of the dudes is actually a doctor. I got to somehow incorporate that in the video. And then we went out to Nama. We went
doctor recommended.
A real doctor, not the doctor of love like us. He's like a real PhD doctor. What up, Hops Killer? Let's get Hops Killer on here. But then we went out to Nama, which is a sushi joint. I have a good friend that works there, and he just was like, here's 3 shots. And it was the green tea shots, which is like probably my favorite shot besides a gummy bear shot. Anything with like vodka and pineapple just is delicious. And we took that, and then I had a Sierra Nevada, and then I had a glass of wine. I was like, I got to go home. Like, I got to get out of here before I start hitting on everybody and doing weird shit. I got to get out of here. So yeah, man, we're not spring chickens anymore, man. We're not young puppies. At least not for me. I don't know. Do you have a pretty high tolerance still, James?
Oh fuck no. No, I'm half buzzed off. Well, I mean, I guess I say I'm half buzzed off one beer, but it's a 10.5% Imperial Stout. So,
oh, nice.
Where are you on that? Did you? We get a 20 ounce?
No, buddy gave it to me the other day. It's a one from Victoria, I think. Yeah, Victoria from Category 12 Quantum. I'm not sure if that's I guess Category 12 is probably the brewery.
Would you recommend it? Shout out to them or nah?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, usually barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stouts. I haven't had too many times people have had the barrel-aged Russian Imperials and they've been bad.
Yeah.
Like they're usually pretty good.
Well, good.
I've had a lot of shitty barrel stuff. Like sometimes they're just like crazy. Like, oh, we did a tequila barrel or something, and it's like, nope, not sold. Or like barrel-aged IPA. Like, no.
That should not be a thing, in my opinion.
That's not a
no.
Like,
it's got to be.
You have to have a thick ass beer. Like
it's got to be a malty beer.
Yeah, something that ages well. And IPAs, hoppy beers, do not age well.
Louise CH, I'm coming back from HK this summer. What's HK? Hong Kong?
Hong Kong?
The titty bar in Tijuana, or the real
Hop Killer?
Party time is like barley wine.
Hop Killer.
Hoppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like barley wine
I guess.
is probably the one exception. But yeah, like a standard, or even like, a double IPA, triple IPA, I just don't see it like benefiting from a barrel. Like you're trying to force something that's not going to help it at all, in my opinion. I've never had a good barrel-aged IPA.
My God.
Like, it just
or like barley wines like heavily hopped because there's so much sweetness in them, I guess, or?
Hell
well,
yeah,
also
safe
like,
travels,
you're starting off like at like a minimum 9%. And then you're popping him in like a bourbon barrel or something like that. But he might have
Hop Killer. Let's get on here, man.
I don't know.
Hey, Noam, what's the most, or both you guys, or anybody in here, what's the most ABV you guys have ever brewed? I mean, where does it cap out at before you actually have to start distilling?
I've only done 20%? Like maybe up to 10, and I didn't even keep track of it because I had an extract kit, so I put an extract kit in the Grainfather as basically the strike water, and then. Put an all grain batch on top of that, and I don't think I even kept track of what it was. I don't know if I made a video on it or not. I don't think I did.
Yeah, let's do it, Hop Killer. I just need to get you in here on the Discord, and we can plug you in. Maybe you're already invited. 1 second, let me click out of this really quick. Let's go to.
For me, it was the
let's get Dylan in there.
Stout for
Hop,
sure.
Is this Hoppy Dylan?
I do believe his name's Dylan.
We'll add that, and we'll see if it works. We'll wait for it. We don't need the chat in here, right? I think James is the one that told me that. We don't need the chat going in 2 places.
Saint Ida.
Yeah, I think the chat. The only thing that's cool about the chat is when you do clips after the fact. I remember that from way back in the day. When I first started watching your channel, I did you did the chat, and then when you make the clips of the video, my name was in the chat, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, that was about the only reason I could see for the chat there.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear a word you just said.
No, that's fine. Goose Frog was saying, what kind of beer would I absolutely not make for sale? And I don't know if I would I try not to make. Hopefully, I don't make shitty beer for sale. But style-wise, I don't think I have any styles I wouldn't make for sale. I haven't had any styles that I wouldn't like to try. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of the really difficult ones I wouldn't do. But yeah, I try to do anything. And if it does come out real shitty, then maybe you can market it as a learning beer. Like my recent. I didn't have an oatmeal stout on now, and it tastes really good.
All right, James,
But I
we're
used
good.
the wrong yeast.
Sorry to be rude right there. I did not mean to cut you
No
off,
problem
man.
at all.
I was just trying to do some technical. I was like, James, sorry, I didn't hear a word.
daylight out.
I didn't hear a word you
Damn.
just said. You're like, yeah, it's all good, dog. What up,
I
Hop
don't
Killer?
think-
Come on down, man.
I'm just
I don't really like
yapping.
beer that. I don't really like beer that much.
Shout out
you
to
guys
Hop
doing
Killer.
tonight?
What's up, dog? It's been a minute. Cheers to you, man, out there
Yeah.
in NorCal. He's got the Sierra Nevada
going.
right there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just got out of the shower. So
Right on.
just the redness.
Let me put your channel in here as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, 100%, man. What's going on up in, is it Butte County or Davis?
No, I live in Solano, right next to Davis, though.
The biking capital of the world.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
cycling.
that's a fact, man. I'm actually going to do a video. My wife's pregnant right now, and she's my DD. So I'm going to do a video for
Congrats.
YouTube. I know, thanks. On like
I'm a designated driver. No, like-
yeah, on like hitting all the Davis breweries, like making like a Davis brewery tour video and kind of hitting them in order because there's only 4. But I don't know if you guys have had student work before, but they've hit gold and GABF 2 times in a row for their
Nice.
German Pilsner.
Nice.
So
That's a
they
big
got-
category, too. That's not like Japanese rice lager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's not vegan, acai wheat beer. That's a real popular category.
yeah, for sure. But no, it's been cool, man. How about how's Tennessee, dude?
It's good, man. Everything's good out here. Trying to buy a house, trying to save up money. Did 2 vacations in March. That kind of set me back a little bit. But it's good, man. I can, I do the YouTube thing. I'm pouring beers 4 nights a week. I work enough hours where I can get health insurance. And I don't know if it's good. I don't know if anyone's health insurance is good, but just having health insurance just gives, people peace of mind because I didn't have it for like 10 years. And
Jeez, bro.
yeah, and I don't even know how it works for entrepreneurs and health insurance that paying out of pocket and shit like that. But life's good, man, and this is cool.
Nice, man.
We're all here. We got California, we got the South, we got the Northeast, and we got James, who's actually in another time zone.
Northeaster.
Yeah, who's
Even
is
Northeast.
Nova Scotia the only place that's in that time zone? Does it have its own time zone?
It's I think some place in South America, but Nova Scotia,
Oh yeah,
New Brunswick. We got a few provinces up here. 3 provinces are in it.
right on.
Nice.
Yeah, what's north of you? Like Greenland or Iceland or?
Just
Antarctica?
Yeah, well, you got Newfoundland, and they're like half an hour ahead of us, and then I think from there, or half an hour behind. No, ahead. Yeah,
What is that?
and
worth?
then from there you go over to, I don't know, Greenland is the next place over.
Yeah, we looked it up, just to fly into your airport. But to get from the airport to your house, that's a whole other road trip, yeah?
Well, it's a give me a call and I'll drive half an hour and pick you up. But,
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. I thought
yeah,
it was okay.
yeah, it's not too
Okay.
bad.
Speaking
The
of
city to get to the city, it's about I think it's about a $40 cab ride. But I think they also have buses, so you can slum it there and go spend $3 and get to the city, or $5.
dude, I'd love to go to Canada. Dylan, you ever been to Canada?
No, I've never been.
Yeah,
And I
wanna get up
can't.
there.
I didn't know they had a felony rule, dude.
You have a DUI?
No, I'm good. I'm just saying I had no idea that they had a felony rule for Canada.
I don't know how
Oh,
they
you
would.
can't get in if you have a felony.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true.
I'm not sure if it's true. It's probably
I
like
think
the
it's
same as
true, but I don't think
prob-
it's
prob-
enforced. Like you
It's
got
probably
to
the
be
same
kind
as
of.
us going to the States. Like people that have a criminal record, you can go to the border and say, "Oh yeah, I have a criminal record when I was
okay.
18," and then they'll let you through. Or a different guy might say, "Well, fuck you, you're not coming in." So
Right.
Dude, I heard this.
But yeah, no, I've never been. I think it'd be really cool. Some aspects of it, at least.
No, I definitely want to get up to Canada. And outside of visiting James, what's the best city to probably hit, James? What's got the most
I don't know, like it'd
Montreal
be like,
or
I mean, obviously Nova Scotia's the best. But,
okay, by far.
if it wasn't for me being in Nova Scotia, then I if you only had like one time to go there, I'd probably go to like
Quebec,
Victoria or Vancouver out on the west coast, like the mountains and shit
Vancouver
are
Island.
just great. But
Yeah.
no, Nova Scotia is great. Halifax is an awesome spot, and it's pretty easy. It's like an easy-ish drive for like the gnomes and the apartment brewers, like it's 10 or 12 hours. So that's it's a weekend trip, but it's just not cheap to fly to Canada.
Well, check this out. Hey, here's a story from, when did I text you this, Gnome? Was it Sunday night? I was out with a buddy, Sean. Gnome knows. He's in some of my Homebrew for Life videos. He's got the mustache.
yeah.
He had a buddy that passed away last week. He's like, dude, I just got to get out of here. I got to just get away from the world. And I was like, yeah, for sure. We're drinking at a bar. We both just got off. He works at Merchants of Beer. I work at Highwire. And we went to this other bar. And he's looking at tickets for Baltimore Orioles versus the Angels to watch Shohei Ohtani pitch. And he goes, hey, man, I just want to go on a road trip. I just got a brand new car. I'm thinking about going to Baltimore tomorrow, which is your distance you're talking, James. It's like 8 or 9 hours, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go. I said, I'll bet you $50 you don't go. Shakes my hand. I hit him up I hit him up at 9 a.m. in the morning. I said, hey, man, you owe me $50? He's like, I'm getting on the road right fucking now. And I'm going to Camden Yard. And I went to work, and I texted him. I said, where are you at? And he dropped his pen. I was like, dude, you literally were drinking with me at midnight. And you took a $50 bet, which isn't going to pay for shit. That's not going to pay for your fucking. That's going to pay for your daily parking. You know,
it'll get you $500K out of
It
town.
might get you one of
And
your
a great
4 gas
story,
tanks. Yeah. And next thing I know, he's sending me, Shuhei's pitching. He hit a 3-run shot. I sent it to Gnome and Aliaz, and he went to Camden Yard. Like, I think it's the oldest. It's the oldest baseball stadium, right? That hasn't been fucked with? No? Or Wrigley Field? Maybe that or Wrigley?
Fenway, then Wrigley. And we talked about this.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Even Yankee Stadium moved across the street. But I know Camden Yard has got some history to it. So he just went out there, drove 8 hours by himself, watched one game, crashed a hotel, and then came back today or yesterday. I was like, dude, I'm more than happy to pay you this $50. I'll pay you $50. I'll take you out, and we'll drink those little bullshit paper planes and old fashions and what's the other one? Manhattans. Yeah, like you deserve this trip, man. You deserve this money.
So real quick, Camden Yards is a great stadium. I have been there, but the weird thing about it is like the right field. If you hit it in, I think they call it Eustis Street. They like put a plaque, and it's like 385 feet. It's not even that much of a home run. Like it's nothing impressive at all. So that's the thing I don't get about it.
Yeah, it should be at least, I don't know, what's the minimum? Like 317 where the foul poles are, and then like center should always be like 410, 415.
But there's been some monster home runs, like, over 400 feet, 500 feet, like, I don't know, 385, not impressive in my opinion. Like, I don't know about plaques going up. Like, because Devers just hit one, I think like 2 weeks ago there, and they're like, oh, they made a big to do about it, and like he's gonna have a plaque, and it's like it was a 385-foot home run. Who cares?
He said it was kind of wet. There was some kind of wacky shit. Can you see that, Gnome? He said that he went up to get a beer, and there was this girl selling beers, and it was something just stupid, like 3 Miller Lights for $20. That'd be like $100 in San Diego if you went to Petco Park. And he said, the girl said, hey, if you just give me $10, I'll give you these beers. And he's like, what? So he's like, yeah, I just gave her 17 with a tip. And he said he saw the girl take the cash and just put it in her pocket. And I was like, that would never happen in Petco Park. You're not working a beer concession by yourself. There would always be somebody there with a camera right on you that, like, just bottom line. He was like, yeah, Baltimore is a little bit different vibe than some of the other places. I was like, yeah.
Well, it could be that, like, she has to account for that. Like any beer that she doesn't bring back, she has to give cash for, so that like stuffing in her pocket's not a big deal.
He said it's pretty ghetto. He said,
Really?
Baltimore, even the stadium, it's got a lot of history. He said it's cool, but it's definitely not like San Diego. If you go to the Padres game, you're pretty much going to a mall. It's like you can buy a Hawaiian shirt, You can go to, 10 breweries in there, 10 restaurants. They're making money. A little bit different vibe. What up, Kevin? Who's your team out there, Dylan? 49ers?
Yeah, 49ers.
Raiders?
Well, 49ers football and then the Giants for baseball. Yeah, they have breweries I'm not into sports, to be honest, too much, but I know you can take like a berry from Vallejo, B-Town, that's what that is, and then shoot you right next to the stadium. You can go to 21st Amendment Brewery. There's a few others.
21st Amendment had that huge
watermelon.
Hell or High Watermelon.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
But they do that. I think they're like a really big, not a sponsor for the stadium, but they have a lot of presence there, tap wise.
They're in San Diego like a motherfucker, so they're doing good. Whoever their regional sales guys are, because that's pretty much where they're at. They're not global, or they're not. What would it be called if you sold beer in all 50 states? National, local, regional.
Yeah.
National, global.
Yeah.
So they sell a ton of beer in San Diego, and each one of those levels to get into is like damn near impossible.
Yeah, they have like their pub brewery in San Francisco, and then they have a production brewery, if I'm not mistaken, with like some 400 or 500 barrel fermenters. Like they're pretty.
No, shout out to them, man. I always loved them, and I like their watermelon beer the most. I tried some of their other beers, and I don't know. I don't remember what they were called, but they were just not as good. But that watermelon beer was killer.
They're not that good. They have a black IPA that's actually pretty killer, and I mean, as a commercial brewery at their size, I'm surprised they produce it. But they throw it in their mix pack, which is pretty rad. And then, outside of that, the Heller High, I actually just bought that like a week or two ago. What are some of the small in your area that you really like?
The ones that I like are like the ones that are in distribution, like Terrapin and Cutwater. I don't really like their beers, but they'd be like the Sierra Nevadas and Lagunitas of the South. And they're, I think they're Athens, Georgia, or maybe Nashville or something. Not Knoxville. But the biggest ones you're going to probably find, like that, or like production-wise in Knoxville, is only going to be either Yeehaw or Highwire. And Yeehaw, the thing about them, and no, we've talked about this, like, everyone's got tasting rooms and trying to move tasting rooms around. But when you're a brewery that has 2 production facilities, you're fucking killing it. You have 2 production facilities, you're probably nationwide.
You should be.
Did we lose Gnome? Yeah, so in one of these breweries, their Knoxville beer is way better than their Johnson City beer. And everyone knows it. It's not like, hey, don't talk about this. Even the employees and the GMs are more than aware of it. So, look for Yeehaw. Look for their Dunkel Modelo. They've got a Dunkel. They've got a really good hazy called Legacy. I think it's an E at the end. But it's a really good beer, and I go there every Monday, except for last. And we've got our crew out there. It's me, Sean. He gets off an MOB. A couple other buddies. And we go there and we drink the Legacy beer for $5, and it's a great beer. It's a great price. It's a great hangout. No kids at midnight at Monday.
Nice.
Yeah. Padres are going to the World Series this year. Not the way that they're playing right now. Watermelon is everywhere. Stephen Plass. Shout out to Stephen Plass. Yeah, that 21st Amendment watermelon beer. It's tough not to find.
It's pretty good too. I mean, not because I'm around it, but it's actually not for a light beer. It's pretty crushable.
It is. What is it, about 5.5%?
Not even. It's like 4.9. It's pretty low.
Just a watermelon,
maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the ones they did also in like the 25 pack, or am I wrong? Is that a different brewery?
25 pack.
Remember how they had those? It was like a little bit extra. I could be wrong on the numbers, but it was those short cans, but they had like an extended. It looked awkward as fuck. It was like you had a Lincoln log filled with beers, but I don't know. I'll shut up.
He didn't apologize though. No one has to drink. Nobody has to drink.
I still drink though.
Before Prohibition, there were 4,000 breweries. From the meeting that I had yesterday, I heard there was 10,000 breweries in America, but that seems way too high.
When?
this year.
Yeah, there is.
10,000 breweries in America?
Is there? I heard around 8 too, but I don't know. I mean, there's still, they're popping up left and right. Obviously, some are closing as well, but not as many that are opening up.
What up, James? Yeah, and it goes back to the question, like, what do you consider a brewery? James, what's a brewery? Is a satellite tasting room a brewery? If a brewery has, like, Stone...
I don't know.
I
Like
think
a
it's a brand.
satellite tasting room, like up here, the satellite tasting rooms are pretty much like a brewery will get a license for another brewery and just have like a half barrel system in that place and brew twice a year to keep their brewery status, so they don't have to sell their beer at liquor store prices.
But consumers and competition look at breweries different, because we think of Sierra Nevada as like it's one brand, but as far as competition goes, they're like, dude, there's 10 Sierra Nevadas or there's 10 of these, Yeah. So I would consider a tasting room, a non-production satellite tasting room, I would consider that a brewery. So that's got to be
definitely have more than 10,000 because and as of 2022, there's 9,709. So I would say by now there's over 10,000.
And what's I know craft brewery is kind of a bullshit term, but what's the barrel limit to say the word microbrewery before you can't use that word anymore?
It's silly high.
10,000.
10,000 barrels a year? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hear that word that often anymore, microbrewery. It's more just craft beer now.
A lot of nano breweries now. Like especially in like the hyper local like market, basically you're where I live, pretty much they're all nano breweries. Like
I don't hear nano at all anymore. And when people say let's go,
Really?
When people say let's go to a brewery, you're just assuming that it's a craft brewery because where else would you go? No one's got Sierra Nevada in their backyard.
Well, they're all craft breweries, but nano is like the amount of barrelage they're doing.
We got the brew show in here, man. We were talking about how brew show's last video. What's up, Trent? That I used all of those songs at one time, and I got flagged, and he used them and got away with it, man. I was saying, Trent, it was a Christmas miracle, man, but great video nonetheless, man. That was an awesome video. Hopefully, it's getting some shine because it's well deserved.
He hits the timing like pretty solid.
That was the day of, yeah. No, Trent works his ass off. Let me look up that video right now.
The younger release, like pretty on par. He does pretty good.
Yeah, Trent's videos are phenomenal.
Yeah.
What do you guys got going on, all y'all, for your next video? Is that the one you were talking about earlier, Dylan? Was it?
I haven't filmed that one. No, I actually just filmed a pump replacement for the Gen 4 Brewzillas. I had to replace that. I got that like on a heavy discount. A little how-to video that's more timeless, and then I'm gonna start doing some grained glass videos again. For it's been a while, so I have a Pilsner lined out, and
right on,
I'm
man.
gonna double batch film. Yeah, I don't know about everybody else though.
We'll get back into it together. I haven't done a grain to glass video in a very long time.
Same here.
Doing shitty bratwurst videos in the meantime, and just chopping up happy hours.
I saw that. Hey, your travel killer though.
What's up?
Your travel videos, those are awesome.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I shoot all those with just my iPhone, like James was talking about.
Really?
It's a lot easier just to. I mean, James? Do you feel weird when you have a mirrorless or DSLR and you just want to pull it out and start?
I don't take out that shit in public.
Yeah, because everyone else is already filming with their phone anyway. Everyone's filming.
Yeah, I just find that weird. And even I have a hard time with the camera too. That's why all my clips, I I pull up my camera and I think I'm taking like a good nice shot, and it's like I look at it after the fact and it's like you took 0.5 seconds of footage because I just like pop it out and then I'm like, okay, click. Or
yeah,
click.
Feel weird. Close it out.
I just hate pulling it. I just think it seems so cheesy in public. I'll just, I feel like I'm setting up my camera and doing like the fucking floss or something in a big crowd of people or something like that.
Yeah, but at least it's not a selfie stick. There's nothing cringier than the selfie stick. I don't know if that's
unless it's long
around
enough, and
still.
then you just look badass.
I haven't seen one in a long time. Thank God.
Yeah,
I think they got
I'd
humiliated
imagine
out of existence.
it's
Yeah,
like
I respect selfie.
after the Curb Your Enthusiasm when him and Larry
Yeah.
or fuck what's his name in that? He's just
His
walking.
manager?
No, the guy that lives with him after Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, DB Smooth.
Yeah, but what's his name what's his character's name?
Oh,
God damn
gosh,
it.
I have no clue.
Him and Larry are walking and they're talking about Larry's skin tone. And he's thinking, I'm more like a tan or a beige than white. He's like, yeah, I kind of look at that. They're talking about the complexion. And they just walk past this girl with a selfie stick. And Larry just grabs it, breaks it over his knee, and gives it back to her and like doesn't explain himself. Yeah.
Nice.
Leon, thank you. Yes. Yeah. No, that was hilarious. No, yeah, we all still film with DSLR, but it's one of those things when you're in the public where it's you just turn it to the side, and that's where I shoot all those travel vids.
I'll allow
thank you,
selfie sticks
Dylan.
for wingsuits.
No, it's funny too because we shot the video yesterday, and I had two buddies come over, and these guys are brilliant dudes. One of them I work with, but he's his day job, he's a writer. He's an actual like published writer, and then the other guy is a doctor. And I'm like, okay, you guys like film me chugging a beer now or eating this. They're like, okay, like how do I hold your camera? I'm like, just fucking hold the camera. And they're like, how'd you do it? And they're holding it like this, like clamping it like
Full
that.
anchor, man.
I was like, you're a doctor? You went to Villanova, like PhD school? And he's like, okay, like what does this do? And like, what is that? I was like, all right, you're going to do this. Just film me chugging a beer. And then I'll just film myself after you guys go home. Like, I'll figure this out later. Yeah. I'll set up the tripod. Yeah. No, it's the DSLR stays in the house for damn sure. That's all.
I mean, it takes confidence to take that out in public. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I always see, you always even see like you're coming out of the bar, you're coming out whatever, and there's the local traffic girl doing an update on the freeway, or not on the freeway, but downtown. And I was like, you have balls. I don't even think I could. I mean, I could, like that's her job. She has to do that.
Right.
But she's out there at midnight and people are running by and everyone's drunk and there's homeless people. And she's like, hey, like catch the full story here at 10 o'clock. I was like, if my friend saw me doing that, I'd hear about it forever.
Yeah.
Forever
Yeah, but
and
that's
ever
like,
and
that's
ever.
That's a whole different. That's a whole different level. I don't think I'd be even embarrassed having like if I had someone videotaping me and you were doing it. It's just like the second you turn that camera towards yourself, it's a level of cringe.
That's true because you just went from having a job to trying to be like this influencer. If someone's filming you, you have a job. If the van says Channel 9 or KUSI, like we get it.
Yeah.
When you're filming yourself, floodgates
as long
are
as
open.
you don't film yourself and you're like you have a nice camera but you're not you're just taking in like the
Dude,
the event, is that like not cringe? Or
I don't I think everyone's got
it's not as cringe, I don't think. The second it's turned
when
on,
you're like when you flip around you're like, hey,
there's no reason for the difference in cringe, but like if you're
cringe is
taking a
subjective
camera
too.
and panning over an event, like that's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, to this day, there's people that probably get cringed out with the stuff that I do, and that's fine. And at the end of the day, I can do what I want. This guy can watch it if he wants to. If not, just don't watch it. But I see some shit sometimes, like even the park bench where it's got the lawyers or the real estate agent's face on it. And I was like, I could never do that, man. I'd run around fucking naked at the World Cup and chug a beer in front of my family. But to have like your name, your face and your name on like a urinal or a public bathroom that's like, here's my number, like let me sell you a house or some, life insurance. Like I could never do that for $1 billion. And no offense to anybody in here that does that, at the end of the day.
Our lawyers.
At the end of the day, we're all just trying to get paid. And I understand that. But we've had friends grow up and they were kind of whatever people, and then they get into sales or real estate, and then they're just blowing up the whole high school gang on Facebook. And now everyone's going to send it to me like, this guy's doing that now. And I was like, dude, I would never, ever, ever want to be on the other side of that. Like, not even to your friends on Facebook, just to strangers. It's like, dude, you have like your face on like a fucking like park bench. Like, this is fucked up. I don't know. That's just the way I think. I don't know. So everyone's got their different level of cringe, you know.
That's the level of success having a park
And,
bench.
you're right. The joke's probably on me. This guy's probably killing it harder than anybody in town. That like shit-eating grin smile with the blue background and the tie and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Right.
he might be on the
Blur.
bench, but he hasn't made the bus yet. Making
Right.
the bus is the
Yeah, one of those
that's-
buses.
That's the level. That's where you need
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, and life insurance is such a weird one, man. I keep getting blown up. Better call Saul. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Life insurance is so weird because I just switched over to AAA and I'm getting these packets now. It's like they're all, selling you on death. It's like, well, if you die, your family gets like more money, 300, 400,000. I'm like, I don't get that. I don't give a fuck. I don't, I don't fucking care what they get. Yeah, we got the best life insurance, Shit happens. Here's my fucking, the manila folder envelope wasn't enough. Here's a card with my face on it again. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, but teach their own. And we got elementary brewing in here right now too, man. What's up, Brian? America's favorite
Hey,
teacher.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like beer that much.
No, Brian by far is, we were talking about this with Hops and Gnarly last week. Like the top 5 probably grain to glass channels. Brian is like fucking well in there, Clawhammer, Hops and Gnarly, Elementary Brewing.
Yeah, his content's engaging and approachable, which I
And
really enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Everybody wearing the shirt. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
No, and it's
Yeah.
and it's Brian's channel. I think every video is noticeably better. Not saying that the old stuff's bad, but I think that I don't know. I think when I make videos, it's all maybe the same at this point. But you could tell, like, hey, Brian figured something else out on Final Cut Pro or Premiere or knows learned a new plugin or bought a new piece of equipment. It's definitely noticeable.
His video always looks tremendous.
It looks like cinema. It looks very cinematic.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Always doing color grading or what? I don't know, but he
Yeah.
lives in California. I don't know where though.
He's he'll let you know. He's over like Fresno, Tehachapi. He's a bulldog.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back. You guys hanging out for one more? James, you doing good on time?
Yeah, I can. Well, I'll finish what I got. I'm probably
5 more.
12:30 is
Two.
latest that I'm
12:30.
Nice.
12:30
time.
time.
So
Dylan,
we
you
can do
good?
another 5 minutes.
Matt.
Dylan, you out of here?
Yeah, I gotta get it. But I appreciate
All right, hey
having me
Dylan.
on.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Subscribe to Dylan's
Talking,
channel.
man.
Check him out. Hop Killer. Much love.
Good seeing you guys.
Hey, thanks again, brother.
Cheers.
Appreciate that. That was cool. So we're back to 60 and we're back to 3.
Oh man,
63.
Yeah, it's in his Instagram name for those who do not follow Elementary Bruco. I think it's elementary.vasilia. Pretty sure.
something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to get a beer. BRB.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that before. I'm not. Is that where
Alright.
like the town he lives, or
Yeah, when I come back, James, your shirt better be off. BRB.
yeah? take it
Yeah,
off.
it's gonna get it's about to get a little sexy in here.
I'll tell you what. If you take yours off, I'll take mine off.
Yeah, just
And it's cold. Well, actually,
Everybody-
it's definitely cold where you're at too,
everybody's
probably.
showing up. Yeah. Nah, I haven't waxed my chest lately, so it's just embarrassing.
Oh, neither have I.
'Cause-
Actually,
And
I've
by
never-
lately, I mean I haven't in the last 40 years. But
Yeah, exactly. Who does that?
yeah,
Not normal people. What?
yeah. Well, yeah, I might have had some hair pulled out today. I got an EKG done for
Oh yeah.
pre-surgery stuff.
When's that?
So,
Like
yeah,
next
my-
week? The surgery?
No, I got it's like another 3 weeks or something. So I'm trying to.
You said that earlier.
My goal was to fill my fermenters again and then package and rebrew before my surgery. But there's no way I can do that in 3 weeks. So I think what I got now is if I could package the stuff before the surgery or show the wife how to do it afterwards, and then
Yeah.
it'll be decent.
So
and
it's time.
I think, yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's time to recruit some cellarmen, which by that I mean your children.
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
you know,
exactly. No,
Get
there's
in there
some
and start
stuff, and I got
putting work.
like they could do. Well, I had my 5-year-old doing the labeling because I bought a little
Nice.
really easy to use labeler for the cans, but And Marianne, like I said, she did the. I went for my appointment today, and she did the sparge and stuff while I was away, and then I just finished the rest of the brew after work.
Awesome.
But like I also like, it was weird today because the last batch of blonde I did, it ended up really low gravity, like it was just super inefficient and stuff like that. And this one I changed the I thought I changed the crush of the mill, so I opened it up a bit so maybe it wouldn't get stuck or anything, because I've been having a little bit of trouble with the stuck sparges or the stuck on the just with the grainfather. I think it's grainfather stuff though, because the drain valve or the pump valve, like pump pipe, is real small, like probably only like half an inch or a quarter inch, maybe 3/8. I don't know.
Half inch should be fine.
Yeah, but it just wasn't recycling. But then I found out recently that the reason the pump was cavitating all the time or not pumping is because, like, normally with the counterflow chiller you're supposed to like run it for 5 minutes at boiling temperature to sanitize or whatever. But when it's at boiling temperature, the air bubbles are causing the pump to cavitate, so it's not actually pumping wort through. So I just found out recently you gotta turn it off to get the wort. So I probably have I could probably throw together a real easy video on the Grainfather G70 shit that I've learned so far.
So I've noticed something similar recently with sanitization of my unit tank. I think I have to actually switch sanitizers because was it the traditional sanitizer foams up like way too much. So there's not enough volume actually like replenishing itself in a way, like before it hits like the pump, you know what I mean? So yeah, I can see where you're going with that. Yeah, I need to make some adjustments as well because now I'm trying to like use my 14 gallon unit tank more, so I can actually I don't have the bottleneck of like tying up my main system.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
normally
like
your main system you'd ferment in it and everything, and then
I used to, yeah. I'm trying not to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad for single use, but if you want to keep stuff moving, then
exactly, yeah.
But yeah, like the sanitizer. Yeah, I watched Steve's video the other day, and he was mentioning that other type of sanitizer that
SaniClean.
I don't.
The kind of brownish
Clean, I guess.
liquid.
Yeah, I guess. Is that like an iodine?
Video,
is it an iodine based one, or is it a?
I don't know the particulars.
You know
I'm not going to pretend like I do.
It'd be nice to not have that foam though.
Right. Yeah. Like because. So what I did now is I have a sight glass always, so I can actually like monitor it like visually. Because at the very least, you know, because like if you're sight unseen, it's really hard to like you're listening to see if like okay, I hear it splashing, that type of thing, you know. But yeah, I don't know. We're all learning. Like there's tons of shit. Like I make mistakes all the time.
Yeah, no, and like for the clean in place stuff, I usually like to just if you keep the water a little bit warm, then you can at least feel all the sections of the tank, and if the section's cold, you know it's not hitting it, so you got to figure something out. But like for the sip, those like Riptide pumps and stuff, they don't really they don't give the speed or pump volume that you need. Like it doesn't spray good enough. You need I have like an immersion pump I use, so it's like a sump pump, and it's probably not made for chemicals.
Oh yeah, I've seen your videos where you put it like you have a reservoir, you put it in there, and like I do. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I need to update my keg cleaning video because the Riptide I used in my keg cleaning isn't sufficient. Like I'm pretty sure it just has enough power to like push it up the spear, and then just probably bubble over the side. It doesn't like spray.
The pressure actually matters as well. Like temperature, pressure, all that shit matters.
Sorry, I'm back.
Caustic potency, or there's a word for it.
Blanco Modelo's.
I don't know what the hell the word is. Like, it's gonna bug me now. But anyways,
what are we talking about? What did I walk into? Why's your shirt not off? What's going on?
Just talking about like basically the cleaning fermenters and like the problems that arise that you don't really think about until like you see them, and even like we're dealing with like somewhat kind of like pro equipment, but like on the homebrew scale, and we don't until you like encounter these problems, you don't really know how to like, or even that they exist. And then once you realize, you just like try to make remedies, I guess. I'm so bad at explaining things. Holy shit.
I got that.
Damn.
I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm gonna do a sober happy hour tonight. I looked down. There's like 6 empty cans. Hop Killer Brewery. What homebrewers want to collab on a grained glass video and called tasting? I'm collabing with Adam. I don't really think it's a collab. Adam makes beer. I know the Brew Show collabs a lot. I know that Elementary's collabed. He's collabed with Yeast in the Barrage. Who did he just collab with? Northwest Small Batch? He did a collab.
What are we talking about?
Elementary just collabed with. It'll come.
I bet you Elementary will know.
Yeah, he's
Brian's
in chat.
still in there.
Yeah.
What up, Denoid? Denoid XD. Yeah, do you guys mess around with any CIP stuff? Clean in place?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. Pretty
That's how I
much.
do all my cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gnome's
That's
got
what we're talking about, like that, because we ran into the problem of like once you clean your shit, that's one thing, but sanitizing is another. And like
Brett Beard.
the sanitizer I'm using foams up like easily, like it becomes all foam. Like
Trouble
so unless
burn,
you like do like 5 gallons worth of sanitizer, by the time it like reaches the pump, it's all foam. So you have to like actually have more
Gotcha.
volume.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it seems pretty decent. I use about like I can do 10 liters or 2 or 2.5 gallons of sanitizer and put it through my pump and reservoir area, and it seems to recycle.
Back
When
to
I
the
can
whole,
skimp, I do, but like sometimes I need.
No, you cut out again, man. I don't think you're paying your internet bill. He's coming back out. But no, one of the reasons I don't like doing a lot of collabs is because when you send the beer, I'm just worried that it's going to break or something. And it's going to be a very long video as is. Green to glass videos take forever. And then the whole like, hey, let's drink the beer, talk about it again. Maybe do, like I remember when Martin and the Brew Show did their video, they did another Zoom call after, and then put that content up there. So there's just a lot going on with the collab. No.
Yeah, it's tricky when you're.
Oh, he's back.
When you're in
you
Canada,
froze for
too.
a little bit. Yeah, it's just tricky when you're in Canada. Yeah, James buys all of his stuff, what, in Michigan? Or your buddy that lives...
Oh, yeah, I got my buddy... My buddy always goes to Maine, so if I need something, I'll check the price on more beer and see if it's and the exchange and see if it's any different than Canada. And usually it ends up being like maybe 10% cheaper.
Oh, I would love
them,
if Elementary came out to Knoxville. I'd love if anybody came out to Knoxville. I'm drinking a brown ale, Jimmy Mofo. Sorry, James. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no worries.
Wow.
Been cutting James off a little bit. James, we doing good on time? You got, 12 minutes left?
I got exactly 12 minutes left.
He's in a different time zone. He's in the last time zone. The last one that's in...
The last continental North America.
Continuous
time zone.
North American time zone, yeah. Any Lucha brewers? I finally that's why I didn't brew for a long time. My local homebrew store finally got liquid yeast up, so I'm going to do side-by-side comparison with Lucha, yeah.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Drain the main vein. Unacceptable. He's fired.
Nice try. Kick him out of the chat.
He's out. The gnome has left the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I brewed with Lucha a couple times, but I always had to get it from the States, and it was like $12 a pitch, and it was just that it's like 15 or 18 Canadian, so no thanks.
For the Omega Lucha?
Yeah, just the dry Lucha stuff was the stuff with the weasel on it, or the otter.
The otter, yeah. How good is Amazon getting you stuff?
Not good for brewing stuff. There's a few, like you can get like some like syringes or something, or
syringes.
Something like, yeah, if you're doing syringes are good for
heroin.
Like yeah, well heroin. Yeah, I fucking love drugs. Just joking, but No, syringes are good for like, especially the like, I don't know, like your lactic acid or any sort of like liquid shit you need to do in small quantities.
But can you get Safe Ale on Amazon in 2 days to Nova Scotia?
You can get it, but it's not any cheaper than you can get it at the homebrew shop. So
Right. No, and I always want to support the homebrew shop, Like I was getting free stuff from Northern Brewer for a little bit. Yakima Valley's hit me up. I just figured these guys are a dying breed, and I think it's just a good unwritten rule to go with your local homebrew store. I mean, not for everything. Some stuff's always going to be cheaper online, or if it's a big system like a Grainfather or something, or a Clawhammer. But when it comes to recipes and yeast, like it's cool just to spend a little bit of money at your local homebrew store. And these guys, every time I'm in the local homebrew store here, I'm the only one in there. Maybe I've been there probably 4 or 5 times. There's maybe one other guy in there, and it's one of those stores where it's probably the worst job ever because so many people come in and they're new to brewing. And they're going to ask a million, zillion, trillion questions, and then they're not going to spend any money.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd actually I'd love if I had time, I'd love to work in the homebrew shop. Like, I like talking to people about that. Like, if they're new to it or want to learn, then
yeah,
I just think it's fun talking to anyone about brewing. So
I could talk.
I think I could hang out all day at a homebrew shop.
No,
unless there's no customers, and then that would suck.
Well, here's the thing. I used to work at a brewery called Bare Roots in probably like 2016 or 2017, whatever. We were a brewery. We had a 3-barrel system, and it was also a homebrew store. So, on the small, rare nights it did get busy, people are coming up and they want a beer and this and that. And then you have a guy that comes up and he wants to talk about what's the difference between extract and all grain. You're like, dude, I got 10 people in line right now. Like, I just can't do this. Now he's all bummed out. He feels like, we're assholes or we're not worth his time. But local homebrew stores, it's one of two things. You need to be like a giant, like Stone in San Diego or Ballast Point or Homebrew Mart downtown, where you just have your homebrew thing is just departmentalized. Like it's over
Genus.
here. Yeah, but if you're like a Genus brewery, if you have one guy on, this could be unless nobody's in the room, this could rub that, potential homebrewer the really wrong way, because you can always find shit cheaper online. But you go into a homebrew store because it's exactly like what James just said. You're going there for an experience. You're going there to talk. It's 21 questions, and the customer and the employee should like this. Talking about beer is fun, for the people that brew beer. But, yeah, man, like you got to read the room though too. If there's 20 people in line and you want to come up and talk about what book to buy or glass carboys versus this and that, it's like, dude, can you come back in 3 hours when we're closed? Like, can I tell you about it when everyone's out of here?
Yeah, no, for sure. Our homebrew shop's pretty good though, and it's a huge one too, like the Brew HQ in Canada. But like you go there and they got all the stuff. They got an arcade. They usually got popcorn and stuff ready. Man. So it's about as good as it gets for a homebrew shop. But yeah, if there's only one employee, it would be you get three customers, and all of a sudden you got 2 people waiting.
And what's the percentage of the people that come in that ask all these questions and then they spend $1,000 once a year? How often does that happen?
I don't know. Imagine most people that show up to that place eventually buy the all grain kits and stuff like that. But like, I don't know what the problem. Like,
or even $200.
Like, even if it's just beer kits, like they're only going in for $40 at a time or $50 at a time.
Yeah, and I've seen the homebrew stores that they set it up where the customer can like do all their shit. They can they go around with the scale and they weigh it out and they can mill their own grains. But then you have that one customer that spills it all over the floor. He comes in with his son, and now there's grain everywhere. Now you have a fucking rat and mice problem, So it's just a different vibe.
I went there this week, and with the kids, and they had the popcorn, and they were just walking around the store, fucking pepper and
Dude,
popcorn everywhere.
Dude, Tombstone Todd just brought up a good point, and that should be a thing. It's obviously it can't, but that would be a good sketch comedy video. Each question is $1, but refunded if you buy something. Only
Makes
in a
sense.
perfect world. I'm going to turn the AC on really quick. Only in a perfect world.
Wow. So, well, yeah, I would hope people don't show up to like a homebrew store and like, hey, what do I do about this? And then they get the answer and they're like, oh, yeah, and I'm also running into this problem, and then like, all right, see you later. They walk out the door. I would hope you're like there to buy like something. Hell, I can't even show up to mine without buying like a bag of hops I'm not going to use just because I feel bad.
But at least these guys aren't douchebags, Like, I've always poured beer. I would love to be a commercial brewer. It's never going to happen. If it hasn't happened now, it's not going to happen. People that work in front of the house.
I'm going to need a brewer for 6 weeks while I'm sick. You just roll
Later
up to Nova
elementary.
Scotia, we'll put you up in a house.
But if you do brew beer, and I'd imagine this is a production brewer's problem too. Like, no, when we went to Cigar City, when people come in that do brew beer, that brew house that's like right by the food court, or not the food court, but right in the main room. People that do brew beer, they come in and all they want to do is just one up your story. They're like, oh, this is good beer. You got your Pliny the Elder on tap. Have you ever tried it with like Cali 001 yeast? It's like, I know you are just naming shit off that it's like, no, we're not just going to randomly try a yeast. Like, these beers they're like nationwide. We're not just going to do a pilot batch just because you think,
Yeah.
you've brewed.
They're dialed in already.
5 batches of homebrew and you've got, attic full of glass carboys or something. Like, nah, man.
Yeah, that's where you need patience to just like hear what they're gonna say and then just like
Yeah. I was
kind of
talking.
brush them off politely.
I was talking to my buddy Mike about that the other day. He owns a Culver Brewery in San Diego, and we were just shooting that shit. And I said, does it ever end? Like, you've been around for 5-6 years. People come in, they're always telling you how to run your business and what you're doing wrong and what you need to be doing. Does it ever end? He's like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't ever end. You just nod and smile, and
It
then
gets
try
worse.
to, yeah, and then
Like,
try to.
oh, that's very interesting. You know what your idea sounds like?
They're like, yeah,
Fuck
man.
you.
Yeah. If you guys just did a Belgian sour, like, you know how big it would be? And you're like, it would bomb, even if we hit the recipe out of the park. That's not going to bring in an extra $1,000 in sales a day. Like, I understand that you brewed that and it turned out good, but that is, you have no idea what you're talking about. That's not going to help us get to the next level.
You should do all Brett beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, those sell.
Brett beers. We did one Brett beer.
That's hilarious.
It didn't. It was our least seller by far.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But the people that drink Brett love Brett. Kyle from Clawhammer. We go around. He's like, "Who's got the Brett beer in town?"
I do as well, but that's more of like, yeah, it's a small percentage of the market, like a super tiny percentage of the market.
The
like
smallest.
It's just above Lambic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just call Brett just a sour. I always thought Britannia-Mexican beers just tasted
not,
like
though.
just Belgian sours. No, I know, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
that is
just
like
called anything.
a lot
that's
of people
gonna
do
sell.
think that though.
No, we had a good Brett beer. Like, if you wanted a Brett beer and you knew about Brett, you were going to like this beer. But if you were like, hey, let me get a number 12. I've never had that beer before. My name's Brett too. My name's Brett Benson. I'm like, no, you want to try this first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the beer that we had returned more than any other beer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I find
it's
the
not for
Brett.
everyone.
Yeah, they're interesting. I find they're like, they start with like flavor and then it's like it just cuts off immediately. Smash.
Super dry. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like just the like you smell it. It smells like super characterfully, whatever.
Very complex. Yeah,
and,
like,
and you have
a lot of shit
you have
going
a drink
on.
of it, and it just immediately like dries and disappears. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
No, it
for
does.
It just has a weird taste to it.
No, and it came
Yeah,
out
not weird, but-
it came out after sours. I remember the sour
Yeah.
craze was probably what, 2019, 2018, 2019, and it kind of evolved off that. Like Brett beers were a big thing for 6 months, but I think that ship sailed. I think most ships sailed.
So for me, Brett is good with other stuff. Like 100% Brett beers, not a fan. Like Brett as like an accompaniment, if I said that word correctly.
What do you mean, like with food?
Of course it is.
No, like
You say that word right?
like-
Of course you did.
You like knock it down and then bread it or whatever in the fermentation.
part of the overall like picture of the beer. Like then it's complimentary. It's not like the end all be all. It's not like, oh yeah, this smells like a barn in Minnesota and like, you know, hay, I could smell the hay and there's nothing else going on. But like if you blend it with or put it with like a sour beer or like a saison, something like that, like it doesn't have to be necessarily sour. That's when like it can like be amazing. But like 100% Brett beer, like with no Saccharomyces yeast. Actually, there's another problem that arises with that is like with 100% Brett beers, there's no glycerol that's created. So like glycerol is like kind of like the slick, kind of rounded, like wet feeling when you take a sip of the beer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a whole other problem with that and why I don't think it works personally, but like that's like a whole other fucking conversation. This is where I say I'll shut the fuck up.
No. I think the key to Brett beer, I think if you do like sours, just bring the pH lower, because sour hides a lot, So the people that make the Brett beers floating around 3.6, 3.7, I don't know. It just tastes like Belgian half-assed shitty sour barley wine to me. But if you wanted to make if I wanted to, like, I have to make this Brett beer and put it on the menu, I would just bring the pH down to like 3.5.
With lactic
Yeah.
or
Sure.
with like lacto.
Sure.
Like, would you pitch
Both.
lacto?
Yeah. I mean, both.
Yeah, I mean, like
Get it down to
like,
wherever you want it.
I love
and
Brett
then-
beers, so
and
I'm
then-
trying to
and then
like
boil it again and
I
chill
can
it out.
understand why people don't like them, but I'm trying to like I can relate somewhat because there are beers that it doesn't work in. I don't know. I'm trying to like.
You're right. It's definitely a beer drinker's beer. I don't even see fucking hard seltzers anymore, let alone Brett beers or Belgians. I don't. Do you guys still see hard seltzers? Is there hard seltzers up in Nova Scotia?
Oh, I think so. The wife still loves them, so.
But she likes
definitely kicking around.
the White Claws and the Trulies. Like, are breweries making hard seltzers? Local breweries? Where you
I'm
guys
not
are?
sure. I don't know what I haven't actually looked into, like, I've seen some breweries doing like hop waters and stuff, but like I actually don't know if you're allowed to do that with a beer manufacturing permit, because like once you get into like, well, I mean, hop water is not the same as a hard seltzer, but like I think that might be more in the like wine licensing things. So, but
Yeah.
some breweries are still doing them for sure. And if I did one, it'd probably sell better than any brews I do still. People want to do that. Like I could probably, if I brewed a seltzer, it would literally just be for the local pub, just to have something like that.
Yeah.
In the pub.
It's a California thing. Hop Killer says that. No, I can understand that. And no, I know we have our mutual hate for hard seltzers, so I'm glad not to see that. But is there anybody where you guys live, like the local breweries that actually can or bottle hard seltzers? Not now, like even when they were cool.
We got
3,
a
4
lime school, kind of almost like elementary brewing. Schoolhouse Brewing does they do a lime seltzer that's.
There we go.
Well, I haven't tried it yet, so I can't say it's decent, but I assume it's good, and it sells well.
Jimmy Mofo, what is bread beer? Every beer.
I made a bread beer.
Yeah, Northwest Small Batch knows what's up. I use Brett in a purple corn beer, 10% mash, aged on oak staves for 2 months and sipping on it right now. Shout out to Vesco. What's up, man?
There you go.
What are the top 5 styles in beer, craft beer? West Coast IPA, hazy, Pilsner. What's number 4?
Pilsner.
What's 4 and 5?
Probably fruited sour now, I'd say. Kettle sour.
Dark lager?
People
top
don't
5?
seem
I don't
to
think so.
flow with darks. I'm pretty sure like my stout I made is gonna sit on my shelf forever until I give up.
That's how it
Give
works.
up on it.
Yeah, the
Steve-
general population doesn't like dark beers.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Oh,
I think
Stephen
you're right.
Blast. 10 hop.
Stephen
hammer.
Plass,
Nice.
man. Who's going to show up? Who's getting pulled out of the woodwork right now? What's up? It's Rec.
Back off, war child. Seriously.
Social distancing gorilla. It's Rec. What are the top 5 beer styles in sales?
Well,
I
it
mean,
has to be
like, I would
just,
say-
lager IPA.
You know what's funny though?
else?
I know it's
Beer blonde
12:30.
is by far the number one craft.
What? Blanco Modelo?
No, just a blonde. The 9 Locks blonde is like, I'd say by far the highest selling craft beer there is in Nova Scotia.
Love Stephen Plass, man. Always showing love. He's been here since we kicked this off at 9:20 today. Well, 10:20. Party times.
That reminds me, where's Ollie Broch?
He's got car trouble. He's chilling. No, but check this out.
Barrel inflation.
Check this out. So I work for Highwire, and we've got, 10 breweries, 10 tasting rooms in the South. We were looking at where, like, Charlotte, Durham, Birmingham, Alabama. Our top selling beers, our top 5, are different from place to place. So going back to Hop Killer's thing, our hard seltzer's still big. Yeah, he's in California. I get that. I don't see any hard seltzer out here. So it's different from place to place. And no,
Yeah.
like most places, you look at the top 5, places I just named, Birmingham, Charlotte, whatever. High Pitch Mosaic's always in there. Our Hazy's always in there. And then you look at this place, it's like their number 1 is like Pink Lemonade Radler. It's like, what the fuck? And then from that city's, what they're drinking on draft versus what they're selling to go is completely different too. Mountain Water's a big one, which I guess is kind of a hard seltzer. It's like just a very light wheat German style beer with a strong lemon lime citrus vibe. It's just weird. Beer is just different from place to place. Beer consumption,
matters.
Location
matters, man.
Yeah,
it really does.
Are you by a lake? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it cool? Like what's
And we're not talking country either, or like
dude, we're talking
it's
2 hours
regionally-
away in every direction from Knoxville.
Yeah. It's for sure. Yeah, like where I live. And I've talked about this like 2 years ago on this fucking thing, like where it's 90% of the menu is New England IPA.
Yeah,
Like literally,
Yeah.
like
And
90. It's not an overstatement.
dude, and I don't even like the breweries that do that. We went to
Me
Zool.
neither.
I don't like the
It
breweries.
bugs me, actually.
It bugs me too. And they're like, hey, all we have is like the most popular styles. It's like we have 10 hazy IPAs and 10 Pilsners. It's like you're cannibalizing yourself. Like, what's the best hazy IPA? Well, this one's this and this one. What's the best seller? Like, we'll try this one. Okay, I'll try this one. So I'm not gonna try 9 other hazy IPAs. I want other styles of beer. I just want your best seller for that style, and I'm not gonna go down your lineup, your roster of hazy IPAs. I want to move on to something else.
You know what bugs me more
Can
too?
you
By the way,
make a red lager with rye? And I'll do that in 4-ounce form. I'm not going to buy a shirt, but I just want to know, like, did you hit that style? But anyway, what were you saying? No? What bugs you?
So another thing I'm annoyed by is like you'll get a flight and like you see that like even the SRM is the same within like maybe 3 out of the 5
Lava
IPAs.
Bond. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he cut out. Shit, here we go, man.
Oh, I see what he's saying though. He's going with the
He's frozen like
they look fucking similar as shit.
yeah.
Maybe slightly different levels of or haziness or whatever, and that. But
these
Uh-oh.
we still going on the talk. But I do have to jet there, CH. So
No, I know. We'll get
I'm
out of
gonna
here.
knock you down to
I
2.
just cracked a beer. We'll do a nightcap and get out of here. But James, man, thanks for coming on, brother. Hey, good luck with
Cool, man.
everything.
Well,
Hey,
we'll talk to you later.
We'll talk.
Hopefully, Noam gets back on there. Maybe once I disconnect, his bandwidth will come back up and
Here, let me
and be good there. But
When
happy to come on anytime. We'll talk to you next time. Cheers, everyone.
Good luck with everything, James. Check out James.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
We've got a link for him in the YouTube channel. He's doing a bunch of cool things right now.
Just not up to date YouTube videos, which hopefully will come soon.
Anyway, we're all put out content. Cheers, James. Have a good night, buddy.
Cheers. Bye.
Let me kill this. And we'll start it again. Disconnect and join video call. I'm here. I was here. I will be here.
There we go.
All right. What bugs you know?
I did a Houdini.
You're doing it again, man. You're doing it again, brother. Is everyone still here? Hello. Anybody still here? Noam, you're cutting out again, man. Nomski. Noam. Can you guys hear me? And then there was one. Northwest Small Batch. We got to get him on. Are you still here? There he is. All right.
Yeah.
We're all here, man.
So I'm new. This won't happen next week. I'll make sure this doesn't happen. I literally ran the internet to the garage differently, literally today. And
don't fuck with Wi-Fi, man.
Out,
do the Ethernet. No, Stephen Platts, it's coming back, man. It's coming back. I need a NBC in a real video.
Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought what I was talking about, but anyways.
You said something pissed you off, and you said when you get a flight, you get a 4-ounce, something bums you out, because Zool they have 20 beers on tap, 10 of them are hazies, 10 of them are pilsners.
Right, but okay, now I know where I was going with that.
If you really forgot about this now, you're stoned out of your mind.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. This, there's too much similarity between beers now. They're not really
it's just
more differentiating
yeah.
it wildly from the last. It's just they're all too similar.
More marketing than recipe, yeah.
But even hops, hops to a lesser extent, like I said, that's kind of the wow, we hopped it differently, guys. And you try to sell your 7 barrels of slightly different hazy IPA where the only difference was you dry hopped with Mosaic, that type of shit. That bugs me. I don't know, especially when you drive 3 hours to a different area to try their beers because they're a hype brewery or whatever, and like I said, you get a flight and visually it's pretty much almost all the same. There's no difference. The ABVs are very close, so almost maybe it was just a process difference, or they added more hops, so there's more absorption, so maybe it's a little bit beefier of a beer. I don't know, try a little harder to make from beer to beer to be a little bit different, or tell a unique story, not the same story, but there's a little bit of an edge thrown in. I don't know, it just bugs me.
Yeah, and everyone's trying to do the new cool thing and get the beer name to catch and create a trend. Everyone's trying to create a trend. I get that, but yeah, when you go to a brewery and it's just hey, this is rotating hops, and you're what the fuck does that mean? What just.
Did I freeze again? God fucking damn it.
You're always freezing.
Fuck. This sucks.
Are you still here? Gnome froze again. It's all good. We can hang out. Anybody got any questions about somebody who used to homebrew but doesn't brew anymore? No, you're chilling. Hey, don't freeze until I use the restroom. At least chill. At least chill for 20 seconds. BRB.
I'll try my best. So some breweries do that and call it their whatever series, number 33, same base malt, different hops. Yeah, like that is like, I'm not saying everybody, but so many breweries do that, and I can kind of like understand why they do that, because they find something that works, so they want to try, like, because a good base beer is important actually, like whether it's a sour or an IPA. Like, I'm not taken away from that whatsoever, but like when you're an established brewery, and like I said, these hype breweries, and like you draw people, and like I said, the color variation from beer to beer is very minimal. Like, I don't know. And if you're new here, I get annoyed by a lot of this type of shit. It's just me being me. I'm not saying I'm right. This is my opinion. What's up, Max Kelly? I agree. It's like they find something that sells, so they, yeah, you know.
No, how'd you do?
I thought I did pretty well.
Solo yellow, man. Oh. No, and he froze again right when I come back. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm here.
Maybe I'm still on all this bandwidth or whatever the kids are calling it these days. No, we got one more beer left in us?
Of course. So I will say this, like the last beer I made, or actually three beers ago, something like that, it was a sour split batch.
Splash.
And it taught me a lot, actually, because
Sour
it was the same beer, but it was treated very differently.
A little more salt in this
so
one.
I made a pickle beer, and I made a raspberry sour. And they were both good beers, and they had some common like themes, but actually, like if you were to taste them like side by side, there's a lot of difference. So there's some truth to that, where like you can do a lot with the same beer, but like I said, when you're doing like 90% of your menu IPAs beers, and there's not much deviation from beer to beer, it kind of bugs me.
Well,
it's kind of personal preference.
Yeah, but no, it's also like damn near impossible to stand out with beer anywhere in America now. So I understand like what people are trying to do. Everyone's trying to get the next Pliny or the Sculpin or the Stone West Coast IPA. I always said like I don't think it's there, but someone's going to do it. And however they do it, I want to know. And you know, I'm sure it's got a lot to do with recipe and homebrewing and all that stuff, or recipe and consistency. But like how do you do it? Aside from having like Jeff Bezos come in and just buy, you know, somebody with deep pockets and buku bucks doing it. So I understand that.
CH, this is for you. Your buddy at Battle Mage, Stephen Plass, went there, I guess, last week.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I grew up with Ryan. Here we go, Stephen Plass. Last week I was at Battle Mage, and their brewer Ryan there gave me a tour, and we were talking. He didn't know any of the new yeast advancements over the last 2 years. Is Ryan the short guy? There's two Ryans. Big Ryan or Short Ryan? Short Ryan, Ryan Sather, got the other guy, Chris Berry, into brewing, and he got me into brewing. So it was kind of this cool old school chain reaction effect. But he's definitely like set in his ways when it comes to home brewing. He's still like a glass carboy guy. He probably hasn't homebrewed in 5+ years. But I love that guy to death. Ryan's cool as shit. No,
He's
that's
the
cool.
Dude that like does the whole like, you know,
Short
he has
Ryan.
like a fantasy theme, like art type.
Yeah, they all do. Yeah, those guys grew
yeah.
up. We all grew up like kind of being nerds or whatever. But Ryan was like next level, like Dungeons and
Dragons and like fucking magic and shit like that.
Yeah, and Ryan's dad, Steve Sather, Google that shit. He looks just like Ryan. He was the old CEO of Rubio's. You guys get Rubio's fish tacos out there?
Not a clue.
Do you get El Pollo Loco?
No.
You don't get El Pollo Loco in Rhode Island? His dad's the CEO of El Pollo Loco. Here, I'll pull this up.
Never heard of it.
So they know how to operate a business. Ryan's obviously like it's fucking Battle Mage. It's 1/100th of the size of El Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
But they've always had the grit, the cutthroat entrepreneurship, and
well, like I said, man, I like pretty much like when I first heard about your channel, that's how I learned about them. Like I have a print on my wall, like which I'm pointing to right now, and I also have like their
yeah, right there. That's cool. Yeah, my buddy Tim makes those. He works.
I love everything they're about, man. I'm all
dude,
about it, dude. Like that's I'm a nerd just like them, so I would probably get along with them very well.
Something tells me you would be at their D&D nights every Wednesday. I would go too.
For sure, man.
I would definitely go too, but I just don't know how to play Dungeons and Dragons at all. Where's the picture of this guy?
What's up, Zach?
Man.
Zach knows El Pollo Loco. We have a Pollo Comprero or something like that around here.
El Pollo Loco's in New York. Yeah, Stephen Platt, click on that link that I just put in there and look at Steve Sather, Ryan's dad, and it's an older, blonder version of Ryan. You can see it in there though. Yeah. No, this family grinds. And that's big shout out to Stephen Platt for going to Battle Mage. That's fucking awesome. Ryan probably said that I'm crazy and I love him for it. I haven't chilled with Ryan. I mean, I go into Battle Mage and stuff, but I remember last time me and Ryan and his wife went out to dinner was probably like at least 3 or 4 years ago. But that dude knows beer. He definitely knows beer. Jorge Castro, what's up, Raj?
What's up, Jorge?
Maybe we can get Jorge on here.
I hope so. It has to happen.
Hit me up. It has to happen. There's only one way.
Yeah.
See, that's why I love craft breweries, though. You know, like I love the Battle Mages. I think they have some of the best beer, and I don't want people to know about Battle Mage. I mean, I want you guys to know about it, to visit, but like when I'm in San Diego, when I go to Battle Mage, like I want to be at the bar. As selfish as it sounds, like I want to be not by myself, but I want to talk to Chris and Ryan are like the Keebler elves back there. You know, they're just churning, man. I don't think they sleep. But, you know, sometimes you go into Battle Mage, you have to wait in line. You're like, dude, this fucking goddamn bachelorette party bullshit just showed up. And those guys are going to ask for flights and ask a million stupid questions. Like, I know they're making money here and they're spending money. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. This is my spot. Get your fuck ass out of here.
I knew him first.
No, you know, that's just me being a douchebag.
Oh,
that's just me being selfish, yeah. But again, man, huge shout out to Stephen Platt for going to Battle Mage. I want to know if he went to Booze Brothers too.
That's awesome.
They're kind of right around the corner.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like beer that
Vista,
much.
right? Vista, California.
Yeah, Vista, California, North County, where all my action is. Booze Brothers.
I don't know if you know, like, so in relation to Carlsbad, where is that? Is that like north of Carlsbad or south?
No, it's all right there. Carlsbad, Vista, Oceanside. They call it the Tri-Cities because it's all just kind of blended in there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I was gone for too long. You know, when I go back there now, I'm like, dude, I can't believe I used to drive so far to go everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere. Dude. You know, Knoxville, it's like I said last night, we went out to sushi and we shot that video, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I just got to get out of here. After that, Manhattan, glass of wine, Sierra Nevada.
Also, California, dude. Traffic, dude.
Yeah, but the good thing about traffic and Ubers, though, is your price is locked in. Like, if you're taking a taxi cab back in the day, if you're stuck in traffic, like, that thing's still going, right? Or does it go solely based off odometer?
Mileage, yeah. Oh, a traditional taxi, is that what you mean?
Yeah, does it go off time or odometer?
Both,
right. So
yeah.
Uber, at least you get that price locked in.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you like, all right, I'll just let's stop at my apartment real quick. I'll run in to get some stuff. Like they run a timer.
They keep it going, right? Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair.
Of course, yeah. So what the fuck? I'm not waiting an hour for you to like pack a suitcase before we go to the airport.
Damn, Stephen Platt, man. I got to take a picture of this. I went to Booze Brothers. I was bummed, though. They didn't have the old Granddaddy on tap, just in a can. Dude, that's awesome. Shout out to Stephen Platt. I'm going to send this to Dave and Donnie right now.
Steven, aren't you from, like, Massachusetts? Or like?
No, he's from New York.
You're East Coast. Oh, yeah, well, East Coast, yeah. I knew it was, like, somewhere over here, because I know he's, like, had Treehouse multiple times. Like, every time Treehouse comes up, he talks.
I'm going to talk to, I'll send it to Garrett, Dave, and Donnie. Yeah, I'll see those hood rats. I'll be back next month. We're going to drink a lot, drink more than we should. Tell ourselves we're only going to have one here, one there. I'll wake up with hangovers and just power through it. No, but I'm super stoked that Stephen Plass went to Booze Brothers and Battle Mage. Because they're not on the coast, you know, like South O and Craft Coast are on the coast. It was all business parks and stuff like that. And no, that was the only craft beer world that I knew. It was to go to business parks. And now we go to these cities and it's like Austin and anywhere, Knoxville, Hawaii, Tampa Bay. And you're like, dude, these breweries are like gnarly now. Like, what is this, $1 million just to build this fucking place out? Just to build it out before we even have a system in here?
Yeah.
San Diego's not like that. Not North County. It's all just not like speakeasies. Do you know what I mean by business parks, though? Like, there's not a lot of people living around them, and they just look kind of just old warehouses.
You're saying it's less than, like, because, yeah, I heard that, like, a conservative estimate, too, like, where if you want to start, like, fresh new building, like, you're looking at about, like, $250,000, like, maybe 200 at the lowest.
Well, it's one of those things. Do you buy it or do you rent it? So when I left San Diego, I remember the square footage of a business park was about 70 cents. If you wanted to be on Coast Highway, PCH, the 101, your square footage is going to be about $5 to $7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So even if you have 1,000 square foot place, which is nothing at all. Keep in mind, like, there's the bathrooms that take into effect and the storage and all that stuff. Like, if you're just looking at 1,000 square feet, that's not, you can't make a ton of money at a place that has 1,000 square feet. And if you can, you know something that the rest of the world doesn't. You're selling beer to go, or you're selling Halo beers, or you're selling barrel aged, whatever. But yeah, it's probably about $7 a square foot, all the way up to probably anywhere in California. You know, from,
well, you're definitely not selling barrel aged whatever, because that's taking up a lot of that that minimal space.
Yeah,
I get your point though. Yeah. So what's interesting, I want to just, like, to give people that are listening a little bit of context. Like, the smallest Rhode Island brewery is less than 1,000 square feet, and that's like the whole,
right?
Like, their entire, like, the cold room, the tap room, like, their brewer area, their fermentation area, like,
right.
Like, I would say probably like 800 to 900 square feet, which is, like, ridiculous. I don't know how they do it. Like, I remember telling you and Alias that, and you were like, how?
Yeah.
How is that possible? Which, yeah, I don't get it.
It's what we talked about earlier. Different cities are just different. You know, people are drinking different stuff. People go to different places. That's not a good sign. Stephen Plass, they were closed at 9:00 on a Wednesday. Ryan working by himself. That's kind of the Battle Mage way. But I know they have been kind of closing a little bit earlier lately. And again, Battle Mage is one of those places, like, you're not going to bring a date. You're not going to, like, a first date or a last date. Your girlfriend's probably going to hate it. It's a beer drinker spot. But as we've said, no, I'm like, we're the 1%. You know, it's the 99% is like, do they have Chardonnay? Do they have food trucks and a million kids running around? You know, is it like a Chuck E. Cheese? That is the exact opposite of Battle Mage.
Mm.
The only thing that's crazier than Battle Mage is the place next door. That's a speakeasy and a business park. You're like, dude, business parks aren't close to your house. I'm going to have, like, a $15 cocktail, which is why I don't drink these speakeasy things. I mean, I maybe like once or twice a year. There's, like, that much alcohol for $15. It's 45%. And now I have to drive home. You know, this is just kind of a weird formula. It's a weird formula to begin with. I just feel like such a fucking douchebag every time I get one of those drinks with like a martini glass or a, you know, I got a paper plane the other night. It was $17. You feel like you're drinking out of a petri dish. Remember 7th grade science class?
$17 for one drink?
In Knoxville. Yeah,
What is it? I never heard of paper plane before, so I have no
it's
idea.
4 parts, the same thing of anything. It's I don't know. Dude,
There's a lot of booze.
lime, lemon, Amarillo, this and that. We got a super chat here from Cool Guy. Much love to Cool Guy, man. NBC, I don't know if the audio is coming through, man, but thank you, Cool Guy. Much love.
Wow.
Love from
Is there a
Knoxville.
beer called, or
off,
not a
what
beer?
child,
Is there a mixed
seriously.
drink called "Shut Up and Drink This"? Like, because it needs to be a thing. Because basically, it's like, yeah, ignore the price.
No, dude. So that was the night that I bet Sean $50 that he would not go to Baltimore. And he was like, yeah, man, my buddy died. My buddy died, this and that. And I was like, okay, man, cool. Not cool, but like, hey, man, let me buy you a beer. Let's hang out and just, have a shoulder to lean on. He's like, one more beer, Brother Wolf. We didn't even go there, no. It was across from Urban and Jig and Reel. We didn't spend too much time on this street when you guys weren't in town. So we go into the most expensive craft cocktail bar in the world, and he's like, you know what? I don't think I want a beer. And it's an Italian speakeasy, and their only beer is a Peroni for $5.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't really feel like having a beer. Can I get one of these? I'm like, yeah, go for it. I'll just get one too. Like, whatever you're having, I'm having. Like, let me hear your story. 2 drinks, $38 before tip. And I was like, dude, if I know your buddy died and this and that, but if and I'm not saying this, I'm just thinking that. I'm like, dude, we went from $5 Peroni, I'll buy you a beer, to you picking out something that was like it was expensive and it made me feel like shit. It was $18 or $19. It's called paper planes. It's like literally like this much alcohol. And they put it in the douchebag glass with a long stem, and it's all big like a fucking petri dish from 7th grade science. And I'm drinking it, and he pulls out his phone, and he's kind of like checking Instagram stuff. I'm like, hey man, like if I'm drinking a $20 drink with you, like just talk to me while we drink this. Like this is the most expensive drink I've ever had in my life.
Meet me halfway.
The moral of the story is that no drink ever has to be $17 ever. And if you do buy it, you should feel like a piece of shit like me. I don't give a fuck, man. It's a 30-year barrel age, this and that. Like, nobody needs to buy one drink that's like maybe 3.5 ounces. And if it's 4 parts, that means there's only 1/4 of 3.5 ounces that's alcohol. To drink it with a lime and a cherry and an umbrella and a cut up garnish or whatever.
Yeah.
You should feel like a fucking idiot.
It's grass-fed liquor.
Grass-fed, fake baby willow umbrella, little baby.
This liquor was well liked by its peers.
Yeah, cage-free ice. Yeah, can't do it, man. And it's one of these places where, like, you'd probably be pissed off if you went on a date, whether it was a first date or your wife's anniversary. She's like, I just want that drink. And you're like, dude, that was a $20 drink. Like, fuck you. Fuck this place. Fuck this. Hey, I'm not trying to be funny or angry right now, but in the back of your mind, like, you're going to have that thought, Like, you could have got a vodka Sprite for like $6 or $8. You could have got like the next, espresso martini bullshit thing for $12. You went after the fucking $18 drink. $18, I better be getting like ribs. Like a rack.
That's almost like
barbecue. $18?
Yeah,
I better be getting some goddamn barbecue.
Be much more enjoyable, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's pretty rare you're just going to have one drink and be like, that's it. What happens when you get a drink? More often than not, you get another one.
Of course.
Yeah. So this could be a good commercial out there. You get one drink, the girl's staring at her phone on the phone, gets another one. You just look up and just, check please, cut out. Just cut straight out. Like this is the last time I'm ever going to see this person ever.
There's
Forever.
I forgot which movie it is, but
well, here, really quick, just stick to old fashions. I drink old fashions and I drink Manhattan, but I drink them for $8. It's pretty rare that I'll have that, but I do love old fashions. Big ice cube, Buffalo Trace, little sugar, little bitters, $8. That's a good deal. Doesn't need to be $20. No, what are you saying? Oh, we cut out. Uh-oh. Dude, all y'all just texted us. He just got home. Shit, son. Jesus. Yeah, good thing we didn't wait around for all y'all's. Did you get that text from all y'all's, no?
No.
Check your phone. He's like, yeah, it might be like an hour late. I was like, I can't work with that, man. Like, I'm not gonna wait.
Oh yeah. No, it was more than that. It was like an hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah, but read your text. He just got home. It's midnight.
Oh, finally home.
Yeah. Crazy.
Boy, do I need a beer? Then come on, dude. It's like a minute ago.
Yeah, Olias, get on here. I don't know if he's listening.
I'll message him. Yeah, he's. Oh, okay. Come on down.
Olias is gonna walk into this and be like, dude, this is what it's like being sober and chilling with fucking drunk motherfuckers.
If he comes on stream, I'll smoke on stream. What?
Smoking weed and the Malort.
Yeah,
definitely coming down. Definitely coming down.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, he's not gonna want to come on. He's probably with this chick. No,
I gotta stop that then.
No, if you want to smoke, let's just. I mean, we're coming up on 3 hours. We're not doing another 4 hour stream.
I'm just trying to be dude. I'm
right.
You know.
One more beer. One more beer.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go grab.
Cool guy. Message me on Instagram and we can set something up.
All right.
Just say it.
This is the best work we've ever done.
Subscribe to Homebrew for Life.
I know what we have.
No, man.
All right, we're back.
Oh, your question should be, did I blow it?
No, I probably would. No, in May's kind of like I'm going to party this month. I'm going to party. June, I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to hit the weight room a little bit more, do some push-ups, buy a Thigh Master or something, set up a GoFundMe for a Thigh Master. I got a wedding at the end of the month, so I got to look good for some of those pictures.
Summers Summer Ale.
Suzanne Summers Summer Ale. Suzanne Summers Summer Ale. I was obsessed with Suzanne Summers growing up. She was like the OG.
Well, you did that. Would you say that like
Pim.
The
GoFundMe for a Thigh Master?
Thigh Master, yeah, that's
Thigh Master, Thigh Master IPA, man. No, I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe for a Thigh Master and try to lose 5 pounds. Sorry, Stephen Plass. Yeah, I was blowing it. I hit the button, went to the bathroom, this and that, but I got a free beer or a full beer. Nobody got over there.
This is how.
This is how we
do it.
Got a little salt.
Drinking a mixed firm from Treehouse.
Treehouse is the shit. Haven't seen that dude comment on a video lately. I don't know if I'm
He's too busy living the life.
Or I offended him or something. But what did
He's just
Tyler
really busy.
Durden say? Sometimes you got to make an omelet, you got to break a couple eggs.
Gotta crack a couple fucking skulls, and by skulls I mean eggs.
Yeah. Hey, big shout out to Cool Guy with another super chat. We hit the NBC. That was for him. Cheers, Cool Guy. Much love to you,
Alias.
Braj. Whoa. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Just when you thought it was safe. Just when you thought it was safe. Let's go to.
I was just asking where you were, dude. And then, just like,
Well, I was gonna go to get sushi today, and I told you guys
yeah.
I was like, oh, there he is, man. Look at this old dog, man.
Back off.
How you doing?
gotta catch
Did you
up, dude.
did you have to max out a credit card to get the car back? Is everything cool?
No, it's all good. We just were running into issues with we were bleeding the hydro and the hydraulic brake, and
I'm gonna add somebody else to this just to bring
some of the fittings were we would bleed it, and it's oh cool, it's nice and tight and it's good.
Makes beer. Wow.
I had to make beer,
He's here in spirit. Yeah.
and it would
that's
feel
what
really
it,
good,
shows up on my thing.
and then start leaking, and I was like, fuck.
Damn, that sucks,
And then
man.
tried recharging the AC compressor. Seems like it's gone bad. So it's okay, well. So I need to do some research, but.
Yeah, and in Texas, you have to have that AC, man.
Oh yeah, if I have the ability to have AC in my car, I'm gonna run it.
Right. Here we
So I'll
go.
be right back.
So,
Cheers.
but
Just
it'll be fine.
tag teams me. You're like, boom, and I'm out. I'll be right back.
Alias, are you drinking beer or are you chilling?
No, I'm drinking.
All right, right on, man. Cheers.
I'm having the High Sign Brewing lager you sent over.
Nice, yeah. I don't know what was up with the brew show talking all that shit about the beers that I sent him too. They're not that bad.
No, I've pretty much enjoyed them all. I wouldn't say some of them were nothing crazy, but
No, but they're drinkable. You wouldn't.
completely drinkable. I would drink another one. The only one I don't think I'd have a second one of is that parfait one. That was a little too rich for me.
Did you get diarrhea?
Oh yeah, give me the shits
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I was just trying to get you back for that one that you sent me, man. That I'm just kidding.
That
man.
blue
Hey,
coconut
man.
one.
Hey, I'm fucking
But I drank that one with you though, so it's not even
the Four Loco, the blue, yeah, the melted.
that
soda.
one. Dude, I had green shits the all next day.
Yeah, I did at work too. And I even got called out from the dude that takes the most bathroom breaks. He's like, dude, you're hanging out in the bathroom a lot. I'm like, you're not one to talk. Don't ever talk to me fucking ever again. We're not friends. But you're right. Yeah. Do I got some homebrew on hand? No, I'm brewing. I'm going to edit tomorrow and then I'm going to brew on Friday. But I was telling the people in the beginning of the chat, I finally got that liquid Kvike yeast. I've been
Nice.
waiting on that for a long time.
Yeah, I saw that pic you sent me. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my backup yeast too. Got your Safe Ale 3471s in case
Nice.
Just always have a plan B, man. But all y'all, I'm stoked you're here, Braj.
Yeah, good to be here. I had a couple beers while we were working on cars, but
Nice.
I need to catch up. I needed to do that. Part of the drive is on this back country road, and there's no lights.
Yeah.
And it's super windy, super fun, but fuck, it's sketchy. Cause I can barely see over the hood of my car. So
Which car?
if
The
I'm turning
Subaru or
on
the
the right
Mustang?
corner, I can't see where my front wheel, right side wheel, passenger side wheel is.
Yeah. Well, you're here in one
And I'm
piece.
still getting used to how big the car is after the wide body and all that work done is. So
You definitely
but-
know your cars, man. Look like washer fluid. The Brew Show loves to troll hard. Nah, Brew Show.
also I'm dirty as fuck too.
Brew Show's the man. Brew Show's the man. He was definitely on a good one that night. We didn't quite figure out where that came from, but it's all good, man. Shout out to Trent. And this stream's probably definitely going to come down now after I just said that. No, I'm kidding. Which Kvike yeast? Omega Lutra. I've only done that. And then what's the second most popular Kvike?
Voss.
Voss. Which is also Lalamond?
Have you done Hornadol?
Orendal, yeah.
No.
That was my first Kvike I ever used.
Is that the red one?
I don't know on Omega. I got it from White Labs. That was back when they were in the tube.
Do you think your White Labs comes from Nashville? I'm sorry. Asheville or San Diego?
Asheville.
Can you see it on that?
Honestly, I have not looked. I should check.
You should look, because that's what happened when I did that shit. You know, remember when I bought that expired yeast and I'm like, dude, it's all good. It was the what was it, white yeast?
I've never looked for that when I'm buying yeast now. Like since
That was
you had
the
that.
first fucking thing I looked for. Check it out. No, this one's for.
Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, brother? I just
You guys
said
getting lit?
Kvake is the swear. Well, yeah, literally off camera because apparently it's not.
Oh
allowed.
hell yeah!
Which, by the way, I'll be right back. I'll be listening though. I'm gonna go.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna smoke a
You go do your
cigar
thing.
off
I'll
camera.
talk to chat for a bit. What's good, chat? There it is.
There we go.
This is good
Yeah.
juice.
Definitely blue. This is how we what?
Your backups, you know, just for shits
Yeah.
and giggles or whatever. No, so you always want to look at the manufacturer's printing. It's always going to say like use within 3 months or 5 months or whatever. This should be here. Some say kavik, some say kavik, potato. I like that. Hold on, give me okay. Best if by 5 months from date of package. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that right there.
Okay, nice.
First thing I looked at, April 13th, 2023. So I got this a month ago. Or I got it 2 days ago, but it's
Already a month old.
it's only a month old. That's fair.
That's not too bad.
I don't know if you should look at expiration date when it comes to dry yeast, but I learned the hard way with the liquid yeast. Make sure
liquid
you're
yeast, yeah.
Make sure you're on top of that shit. And they're like, oh, there's 100 billion zillion cells, and that's like that could mean nothing. They could all be fucking dead. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so here's the thing that needs to be mentioned every time we talk about yeast is you can rejuvenate those or reinvigorate, whatever terminology you want to use. Like it's just because the yeast is expired doesn't mean you can't like bring it back to life.
No, I know. I know.
Like you would need to make like a starter or like wake it up slowly kind of thing.
Just hydrate it.
The amount of
Put it in
live
water.
yeast cells to dead yeast cells. So you can it takes some work, and also money. Let's be real. Like it's going to take multiple steps to kind of like bring
a little
that
more
back.
time and labor.
Yeah, but like yeast is never. Well, no, I take that back. But
This is the
yeast
bay
is
right here,
it's
man.
hard to kill off yeast entirely. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but if it's all dead, it's still all dead. I don't give a shit if you have an army of 10 or an army
If
of
it's
6
all
million.
dead, it's all dead. Yeah.
But
100%. But I'm,
really quick, dry yeast from the same store, $10. Liquid yeast, $14. So that's pretty significant. That's 3 to 2 or 2 to 3, however you're looking at it.
That is more pricey, yeah.
Yeah, but think about that on a big scale. Think about that for a commercial brew pitch.
Yeah.
So the name of the game is that I want to make this video.
Called
If
margins.
I can't tell the difference between these two beers on a split batch, let's just get rid of liquid yeast and put everything in dry form and sell it to me on Amazon. All right, let me put this back in the fridge for
Is it hard to like turn liquid yeast into dry yeast?
Is it what?
Is it a lot of work to do that?
I don't know, but
or
all I
like-
know is if one brewery can do it or one yeast science Jurassic Park petri dish thing can do it, everyone else can do it.
So speaking of Kvake, traditionally it is dried out actually, and also like again, bringing it back to like how yeast is very resilient and you can't just rule it out. Is like they had it in like rings, and they would just like dip that shit in the beer, and like it'd be just fine. Like people. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason why, especially at the commercial level, you have to take that shit seriously. But like, yeast is a fucking it's like a superhero, dude. Like it really is. Like there's a reason why it still exists, like just everywhere in the air, all around us.
So
Like,
fast, it grows so fast. Like it keeps going, it keeps growing. Yeah, it keeps going for sure.
I don't know. I can talk about this shit for another hour, but like people kind of like over exaggerate certain things, and to me, yeast health is one of them. Like you can like bring pretty much. You can be like a necromancer and fuck just like summon that shit back up
Rise
again,
from
dude.
the
Like, I'm not even
dead.
kidding, dude. Like I don't know. I'll shut up.
No, don't. Keep going. I'm gonna change. Let's see. There we go. Change the light. It was going crazy
Oh,
back
I
there.
see
And I was
your
like,
new fucking like is that new? The little like
the light pole?
was that what's that?
It's not new. I've had it, but I just never usually keep it on.
Oh, okay.
But I have it like plugged into my PC. So like the PC is giving it like constant power even though the PC is off.
Gotcha.
So it's like
Acting like a power source or whatever.
yeah, so it's like okay, that's fine.
I agree with Gnome, but diacetyl.
Yeah, I mean like if you know your yeast is old and it's like expired and stuff like that, just make a yeast starter. Like don't even try like throwing it straight like just
In my opinion, every pitch should be like using your packet from More Beer, Northern Brewer, your local homebrew store, and like you should always kind of like bring it up. Like you should always like pitch it into like some starter. Like personally, I take the easy way out. I just use proper. Some people,
yeah, just get the can proper. Yeah.
I'm lazy as fuck. Like I want it to be like a 5-minute thing.
No, I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all.
That's one of the things where I'm willing to spend the money. Like I really do not want to fucking take my time and like boil, DME or LME and
Yeah.
So I just I'll crack a can. I mean, the rustic.
Just don't
So I have
accidentally drink that can.
Yeah.
Be like,
So I have a
is
batch
this
of
my
rustic
beer or
that
the
I built
starter
up
beer or
through
what? What? Sorry.
I don't know where the original source was, but like I got some rustic and I just like so I pitched it with the we did the 1 barrel batch of like the homebrew group thing. I pitched most of it, kept a little bit, and built it up 3 times. So now it's ready for like probably like I'd say like somewhere between like a 10 to 15 gallon batch.
Nice.
I like how Sweet Generous made a batch and started in Canada. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, Beer Boy. But by the way, he just put out a new video. I don't know if you saw that.
See,
like, he's been kind of like dormant for a while, but now he's like starting to put out some content.
Oh, that's
again.
cool. He made a starter batch, like a starter, and then canned it, like to make his own like canned starter.
Oh,
that's cool.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah,
Sorry, I had some
like,
ricotta and
canner.
spinach ravioli for dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't pay for it. You don't buy it, you rent it.
Man, my eyes are like so bad. I have to like squint to read the fucking chat.
Yeah, but all else is right. When I take off, there's one of 3 things I'm doing. I'm shitting, smoking a cig, or feeding stray cats. Or all the above. What up, Jonathan Elliott? Big shout out to him, man.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like beer that
Jonathan
much.
Elliott sent me some mock-ups of his brewery, Battery 245, and it looked really good.
Nice.
It looked really good. So put that on your
Yeah,
radar for all the Pacific Northwest barrages. I wish I could share that. I'm not even going to try to do it because I'll fuck everything up, but I've got a picture right here on the Discord of it, and just take my word for it. It's cool. It's
Picture of what?
Super cool. His mock-up, it's a 3D like architect picture of a potential brewery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Damn, we still got 50 people here. Maybe we are going to do 4 hours.
Let's do it, man.
How was it with party time and
It's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing some shit that I've never seen before. And he said
I was kind of bummed I missed out. Like I really wanted to ask him some questions and chat with him and see how all that was going. But
yeah, he's
car problems. Woo.
No, yeah, dude, cars.
Is that the Subaru or your like Mustang?
Mustang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Mustang.
Well, at least it's back. Yeah, he's grinding. Party time is grinding.
Hell yeah. Good
you
stuff.
know, selling.
How's he feel? Is he excited, exhausted, stressed? Like, how's he feeling?
He's always
He's making $5 an hour.
He's always party time. You know, he's always a great attitude, and attitude fucking goes a long way. But he's even like, dude, I got a hip replacement coming up, so I'm actually gonna be able to sit down and finally do some editing and stuff. And I was like, dude, that's funny. I have to get surgery to put out a YouTube video. But,
He literally the reason why I said that is he like kind of did the math. He's like, I'm making about $5 wage an hour.
I don't think he's making $5 an hour. I don't think he's making
Even less. He's losing. He's in the negative. No.
But just to make homebrew and sell it to your local pizzerias and your local places, like that's
amazing, dude.
That's awesome.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, you got to think like his overhead's probably not that much. So like maybe you do cut even, you make a little bit of profit, but not much. Like
For
as
sure,
long as
Steven.
you're okay with it, I would do that too. I'd be an asshole and fucking like do that shit. I live for that type of stuff. As long as I can make a little bit of money doing what I love, totally fine with it.
I don't know where he has the time for it, man. He's
got kids, he's got wife.
He's a helicopter pilot. He's a helicopter pilot for the Royal Air Force, not the British one, the Canadian one. He's brewing all the time, and just to go and drop off a 10-gallon batch or a 15-gallon batch in your car, and you're unloading it, and you have to pick that keg up when they run out. You know, like there's a reality.
You have to call them when like, hey, how are we looking on beer and stuff like that.
Oh man, when I was what up, the Ron? What's up, Raj? When I was working at Booze Brothers, we'd get hit up by restaurants, and we'd be closing down, and the phone would ring, and like, this is going to be a telemarketer. It's like, hey, we're the restaurant down the street. Your cake's been sitting out here. Your empty shell. Can you come pick it up? It's like, I can fucking go and pick that up. You know, James has to do that.
Is it empty or full?
It's empty.
I mean, that's what I would ask the restaurant.
But even if it's empty or full, and they're like, get it out of here, you still have to stop what you're doing and go and pick it up, or else they're probably not going to have you back.
Right.
So
that's a pain in the ass.
Fuck yeah. What are you drinking, Alias?
I got the High Wire Lager.
There it is, right there. Oh, the koozie threw me off.
Yeah, it's a night shift.
Oh shit, night shift.
Yeah, 100%.
Bringing it local to my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I love this koozie. It's a 16-ounce koozie. I was like, ooh, and it's neoprene. I'm like, hells yeah, sign me up.
Those guys dropped off the map like hardcore.
Really, night shift?
Oh yeah.
Damn,
real bad.
I think with beer now, you're either killing it or you're losing a lot of money. I don't really think there's a middle ground anymore.
Damn.
And like personally, like I hate to be that guy, and I'm not this dude where it's like, oh, when they did this, it dropped off. Like I don't really care. Like normally, like the consistency is negligible to me. Like I don't really see the difference, but they had a beer called Whirlpool, which is like delicious. So good, super smooth.
So good.
Sounds like a
But
hazy.
yeah, not anymore, dude. I hate to say
No?
it, but not anymore. I'll be honest, like it's not.
Did they get bought out or something?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I think they definitely kind of perhaps overstepped their bounds initially, because like I brought this up to you guys. They were like right at the forefront of like making change in like the Massachusetts beer market.
Yeah.
So to have your beer distributed was very hard, and like you had to go like through one of the major like distributors, and they were like, all right, well, we'll make our own, you know. So they made their own distribution company, and like would distribute other local breweries to liquor stores and stuff. Like they were basically saying fuck you to like the bigger companies, and like so like they have nothing but my respect at all, you know. But I don't know, like they're not really pushing the boundaries anymore. Their beer kind of is like mediocre.
Do you think they were got like new ownership, or like just were like, hey, we are?
Oh yes, they could have
much.
lost their hop contracts. You know, when you get really big, you need to lock in these hop contracts, and some
Could be anything,
right?
really.
Like,
and some hops that are out there, They won't
Kind
do
of like
hop
locking in like a
contracts.
30-year mortage kind of thing, right? Like you lock in a price and you're like, hey, we're
Yeah,
gonna get
like,
these hops for this price and
fixed rate,
this
no
much.
bullshit, nothing up and down. This and that. Can you?
By the way, I'm
produce-
like shit talking a local brand. I just realized that.
No, but
Fuck it.
no, like you never know why the quality goes down. Like this could be a hop from New Zealand or something. There was just like a big forest fire or something way out of your control, and your customers are gonna know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel bad like talking shit. I really do, but
We're not talking shit as long as it's honest.
They
No,
used to be
it
they
would
used to
be
be like one of the giants around here, and now like
no, it'd be
nobody
way
talks to them
worse
at
if
all.
you were like, they paid you $100. Be like, hey, like, talk really good about our shitty beer. That's when you should
I
feel
see what you
bad.
mean, yeah.
That's
The opposite,
yeah,
yeah.
that's when you should feel bad. That's why I
Right,
don't do
yeah,
product
fair enough.
placement anymore, man.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
the things that I get, the people that reach out to me, and I know it's all copy paste stuff. I think when you have over 10,000 subscribers or 20,000 or 30,000, it's just a bot that goes out. It's like, hey, try our new coffee machine. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with an espresso machine on a homebrew channel? Like people don't even watch my videos, and I'm gonna make a $1,000 thing that you want me to, yeah, affiliate marketing, call it whatever you want, call it barrage, and they get 10% off. It's like, if I was promoting that, that's when you should feel like a piece of shit. You know, never feel like a piece of shit for being honest. And Gnome's a reliable source. Like Gnome, you know, good and bad beer.
Yeah. So one thing I want to say though, so like
But
kind
buy
of
this
like,
espresso machine. I'm gonna drop the link in the bio. If you do hashtag barrage, you get 15% off. There's a link in the bio.
No, so the reason they got
follow
their
me
name
on
Night
follow me
Shift
on
Brewing-
Instagram. Repost, tag 10 friends. Use this hashtag. Nah, man, word of mouth is the most real shit ever.
Yeah. Well, if it's good, it's good, and people will like.
Yeah, like
you
people-
can't.
People got
If you're not paying somebody to like rep your product, and it just naturally like gets sent next door and like down the street because people are so like, dude, you guys try that dude's stuff, like it's organic and it's way more validating in my opinion. Like you're not paying somebody to.
I'm not.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not. Will you apologize? I should be the one. That's sorry. I cut you off. I'm not knocking salesmen. Everyone's got to have salesmen. I don't give a shit if you're selling bottled water or the best beer in town. Like you have to have salesmen, but you also have to believe in the product. It's one thing when it's like these fucking guys in San Diego that show up at your house. You guys get this out there in Austin and Rhode Island, where they show up with a box of meat on your house. They're like, dude, you want to buy like a big thing of steaks right now for like $100?
You don't just show up to people's houses in the Northeast.
I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about that later. But
the-
do you guys get that though?
Like
back,
not gonna. Hey, I just want to talk to you about something.
no, but 10 years ago, there'd
You'd
be
like,
guys that would
you
just
get the fuck up.
no, guys would just show up at your house and be like, hey, there's like brand new speakers here. Like I got a box full of meat. Do you want to like buy this meat? It's like the best deal you're ever going to get. It's the worst speakers and the worst fucking meat, but the best salesman. That's the problem, If it's a good product or a service or whatever, like have good sales guys. You have to. I don't know.
For
what I'm talking
sure.
about. I'm sorry. Is his contract up? I don't know what's going on. Somebody say something cool. Who's got a joke?
This is how we do it. What?
Okay.
Very
Gnome's cut
nice.
off. Very nice. How
cut.
much?
Right. Yeah. I'm not balancing beer on my head yet, so there's that. There's like 2 more stages.
I got a question for
See.
Gnome. I was thinking about this yesterday morning. Will Treehouse ever be on the West Coast? I know that they have tasting rooms that are far enough away to not cannibalize each other. But I was thinking about, remember that picture I sent you the other day about all of the high wire tasting rooms, how Knoxville does the best?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying. I'm not saying.
Just said numbers be numbers.
No, but here's the thing.
You should be like, can we do this study since the day I was hired?
You know who
So to
you know who should do the best is the oldest brewery. The brewery that if you're say we own a brewery, me, Noam, and Alias. We have 10 breweries in the biggest states: Boston, San Diego, East Coast, Florida, whatever. The brewery that should be killing it the hardest is our oldest one because we've built the most community. We've built it around the longest vibe, community, this and that, whatnot. It should have been Asheville, but Asheville's got 3 tasting rooms. Highwire has 3 tasting rooms in Asheville. That's kind of a lot.
So that's gonna keep their costs super high.
Well, you're also going to cannibalize each other when you're too close to your own business.
Like you're your own competition.
So Treehouse, I was thinking about Treehouse. Like they built the perfect brewery system where they're all about an hour away.
Yeah, so they try to hit like all edges of like Massachusetts. So they have one on the Cape, which is East Coast. They have their central production company, which is Charlton.
Right.
They have Deerfield, I think it is, which is to the west. They have one other one. They have their farm. Like basically, they try to like within, I would say.
But it's about an hour drive from each one. Is it like a triangle? Is it like a Orion's Belt?
It could be potentially a little bit more than an hour because Massachusetts is much bigger than Rhode Island. Like Rhode Island. I use the hour kind of metric for Rhode Island, but. There's some like boonies in Western Mass. Like it's out there.
But it's the perfect brewery
because it's past Worcester, right? It's out past Worcester, right?
Yeah. Well, so Western Mass is basically the Berkshires. People hear about the Berkshires. That's like Western Mass.
So no, I'm like even for them to go to we'll call it Pennsylvania or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think
Castro,
they have a desire to do that, to be honest.
Well, I mean, they want to grow. You know, how do you grow? Well, obviously, tasting room's a big one, this and that. But
I think they have no problem with that, to be honest. Like, I think they kind of like
I guarantee you they want to grow. They're a business that is.
Oh, they want to, and they have, but and I'm sure they probably will still. Like, maybe you're onto something actually, but like, man, I just like in my world, it's like so many breweries like they expand too large and then they implode.
Yeah, they get over forecasted. They get overextended. But
not that I see that happening with them, but like what's the next step? Because like,
but the way
I don't know,
but the way that Treehouse is set up,
you
can't cannibalize yourself if you're an hour away. And as far as distribution goes, and what Jorge was talking about, like picking up kegs and dropping off kegs and bringing in new beers. You could have probably 2 drivers do that and get home in the same day, Like you don't need to go from like Sierra Nevada, California to Asheville to Europe, Like you could just be
local, but drivable
distance. Yes. Cannibalizing things it's a real thing, and that's McDonald's, that's Burger King, It's like, you want to go to McDonald's? You want to go to the movie theater?
Now I'm hungry.
It's like, which one you want to go to? It's like, well, shit, I didn't think about that. It's like a dealership. Car dealerships, they all sell Ford.
I will say this.
They want
in a way, they have their own distribution company because like they have literally like 18 wheelers with their own like logo, like it's like Julius on the side of the truck.
No, I know.
And that's what they do within their own like tap rooms. So why not expand that a little bit further? I could see that.
Yes, no, they don't have to open up a new production facility in Denver. Like they can just do all of this within the Rhode Island, triangle you just talked about and not have to spend so much more fucking money. Like their next brewery will probably be within that same driving radius. Like the 2 guys with the 18-wheelers, Northeast New York or whatever, whatever city's got 200,000 people in, like they'll be there next. I don't know.
As long as they can sell the beer, that's definitely a possibility. Like that's the problem, just like selling, which there's no shortage of people that want to get their hands on Treehouse beer. So
I know, and the whole thing is that
I want that beer.
Yeah, but
Give me the beer.
here's the thing, no Manalias. You know that these guys upstairs at Treehouse are thinking about, like, the Alchemist, the Pliny the Elders. You know how they're trying to talk and get on the other coast, but they're not going to make their money back till about 3 years in. And like, where will craft beer be then? You know, so
projection.
Yeah.
it's a safe bet. It's a super safe bet just to kind of stay close. But if you put a Treehouse in San Diego, it'd be the best and number one brewery by far. Because I don't think
You think so?
Yeah, because San
Off
Diego.
name?
Well,
Like
San
just
Diego.
like recognition.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, just put family owned on it. Put I think people from San Diego don't care so much if it is owned by Budweiser, this and that. But I know the way the Treehouse would do it, it'd be like what you talked about on last week's Stream Gnome. Like, they're kind of far away. They do it so you can only have like 3 beers and then leave. There's not a bunch of drunk riffraff and shit like that.
Right.
I think it would kill it in California, but I don't know, how soon they could actually make their money back. Because I know they'd buy a $2 billion old historic building that they had to restore and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think there's maybe cheaper options.
They're in a unique opportunity where they're one of the very few breweries around here, at least, and also probably in the country, that just basically, and I'm not the only one saying this, that they pretty much print money. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
no, I don't know what it's like. I mean, where does the Alchemist stand up to, Julius? Like, as far as production,
they're
tasting?
a little on the unique side. And sorry, I cut you off. I apologize.
No, you didn't. I cut you off.
Well, no, I cut you off. You were like finishing your thought, and I was just like, oh,
all good,
like,
all good, brush. So,
sorry,
I have to drink.
With Alchemist, they used to charge, and I brought this up many times, but they used to charge like a flat fee no matter what beer. And now I don't know how they do that, and I don't think they can like keep that going, because this is like pre-pandemic and like supply shortages, CO2 shortage, like all that stuff. I have no clue what they do now.
Yeah.
But it used to be like no matter what beer you buy from them, it was $12.50 a 4-pack. Which
Treehouse?
No, Alchemist.
Alchemist.
And you're talking like, Imperial Stout compared to like a Saison or like Heady Topper, $12.50 a 4-pack. That's how it used to be. Like, I highly doubt it's like that now. I'm sure there's people in chat that have been there like recently.
Inflation's a thing, right? Like,
so many things have happened.
Materials have gone up in price and everything. There's no way they can keep it.
Like so many things since I last been there.
Is COVID still a thing? Is COVID still a thing somewhere? Some places?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
God damn. But back to like the whole like tasting room thing. Like, is the Alchemist as big as Treehouse as far as production and tasting room?
Not even close.
Not even close. That was my question. Sorry.
They are in one little spot. Yeah. My God, they're like 1/6 of probably the Treehouse production.
Okay,
I would say
that'd be a good video.
Like the Alchemist. I'm sorry.
That'd be a good video. Just do a blind taste contest with Treehouse and the Alchemist.
Ooh,
Heady Topper.
Two totally different breweries. Like, it's not even close. Like,
right, but to do a blind taste contest with their hazies or something and get like.
Well, see, here's the thing. Alchemist actually doesn't make hazies.
Heady Topper's a West Coast?
It's not a West Coast. It's not a hazy either.
Interesting. Was it
is it
a Blue Moon
like
clone?
that's its own conversation. I hope Stephen Plass is still in here. Like, I would love to talk to him about that. But like, yeah.
About which ones?
The two biggest beers.
Heady Topper is not a hazy IPA whatsoever. It's not a hazy IPA.
Like, it's not considered. That's not the style. It's just IPA.
Forget whether it's considered one or not. It's just not a hazy IPA.
Austin, like, I'm gonna go get another beer too.
If you poured it on the glass, you would I wouldn't even have to continue this conversation.
Gotcha.
Like, it's not a hazy IPA. It, for whatever reason, had that reputation like early on. But it doesn't. All right, so what was Treehouse ever 1250 for a 4-pack? No, definitely not.
No, they never were.
So Keith Allen, facts. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's not a bad thing or a negative thing. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's why I actually love Heady Topper, because it's like the beauty about Heady Topper is actually in its bitterness, which is totally different from, again, a hazy. And like for me, that's like kind of my takeaway from Heady Topper is actually the bitterness is beautiful. It's just like perfect. It's like soft. It's rounded. It's not sharp. It comes across very smooth. That's the beauty of Heady Topper, actually. And like, I've never really heard somebody talk about that, because like people get lost in the fact that it's a hazy, even though it's not a hazy at all. It was one of the like first like East Coast like whales, but that doesn't make it a hazy IPA. You know what I mean? I don't know. Again, I'll shut up.
I mean, it is hazy, right?
Turn around.
Not really.
Every now and then I've got.
No. Okay.
All right, we go.
I mean, compared to like a Julius or like your West Virginia like hazy IPA, not even close. Like it's not opaque. It's not like loaded with like flaked or adjuncts. It's a totally different beast. It's I don't know.
It's a beast of its own beast.
It really is. Like, it's a beautiful beer, though. I love that beer. Like, I'm not, and I hope that doesn't come across as me like shit talking that beer. Heady Topper's
It's a great
amazing.
beer. It's a great beer.
It's amazing.
It's just not a hazy IPA.
Not a hazy IPA. Yeah, it's not a hazy IPA. It's
Jorge
like
Castro said it predates the hazy IPA.
It's
So
one of the predecessors.
What do you call
And
it?
they say on the can, right? They say that it's an IPA, not a hazy IPA, right?
In my opinion, yeah. Like,
No, does it say it on the can? Does it say like what it is?
No, it never claims itself to be a hazy IPA, if I remember correctly, but it does say to drink it out of the can, don't pour it in a glass, which that's another thing I actually disagree with. Like,
oh, okay.
Like visually is just important to aroma and flavor, like seeing the beer and like being able to perceive it in another way, rather than just like seeing an aluminum can and like sipping from it.
Right.
I don't know. In a way, like hiding that visual aspect can maybe elevate the aroma and the flavor. Like that's another like kind of side of things that could potentially be a thing, but I personally want to see my beer. I want to look at it, but
yeah,
it's fair.
All right, bet.
Dogfish Head 90 and 120 minute. I didn't even know Dogfish Head was still around. They were one of the big boys when I got into craft.
Oh, they're still making so much beer.
Dogfish Head is Boston Brewing. No.
They combined with Sam Adams.
Yes.
Truly Boston. I always got Dogfish Head confused with Green Flash. They were one of like the big dogs that were putting
on the West Coast. Yeah,
putting the expensive bottles in 4-packs, like some fucking cheap wine shit. I never saw that format before. 4-packs, bottles.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
that day is dead. That day is long dead. Unless you are like the bee's knees of that style. If you have a beer that is very sought after, don't put it in a 4-pack of bottles.
Austin, to answer your question, to some extent there are differences. Like there's even like what Maine people call it a Maine IPA.
For New England,
there's like, sorry,
what do they call drink? What do they call it?
Maine. Like literally Maine, the state Maine.
Well, what is New NEIPA stand for? Is it Northeast or New England?
New England. New England IPA.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab another beer. Because fuck do I.
That means we're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, but I feel like That was a stupid question. I don't think it matters at all. What do you call it? New England or Northeast?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
what was it like 2 hours ago? We are talking about regional differences, and that's what makes beer amazing. That's what makes like.
Yeah, but no, you would always put any IPA on that. Have you ever been to a tasting room where you saw New England IPA or Northeast IPA?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay, never mind.
Tons of. Are you kidding me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't get that in California.
Maybe that's because there's like an element of like pride with like that.
Was this clam
like,
chowder?
Originated here, so we call it New England IPA like all the time.
Okay.
Like, it's New England IPA.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, a lot of people call it hazies, but like around here, yeah, it's like New England IPA.
No, I like
Nipas.
that. No, and I'll start saying that from here on out. People are like, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
it's a
for sure,
Northeast
dude.
IPA." It's like, no, it's a New England IPA. Nebraska IPA, doesn't have a ring to it.
It's a IPA with
Yeah,
corn as an adjunct.
Gordon Beers was San Diego. Jimmy Mofo, Gordon Beers, Carl Strauss. Those were, I think, around even before Stone and Ballast Point. They just never had a cool beer. They just never had a A+ marketing team. I might be wrong. Might be right, but I'm probably wrong. There goes Noam. He's going back. Oh, dude. Chest freezers are the one thing. Do you guys ever just walk by a restaurant and you see that chest freezer? You're like, damn, that's sexy, man. Like, dude, I wanna steal that.
What are you gonna steal?
Chest freezers.
Hell yeah.
That's
So
the
here's
most...
a little controversial thing.
Moon haze.
Oh shit, man.
Blue Moon Hazy IPA.
Hey now. Hey, if it's good, it's good.
I have like two.
And if it's not good, it's still kind of good.
I got 224 packs of this stuff. So
Oh, is that from the
barbecue Austin, yeah.
I was
I
like,
would not buy it. I would not buy two.
You
cases of this shit.
You either
How old is that?
you either bought stock in it or you got it for free, dude.
And that was for free.
I remember my dad back in the day. He just bought
That's
some
a
Budweiser
nice color,
stock.
not
and he started
bad.
bringing home all those Budweiser.
Pretty
I was like,
hazy.
this don't work. Yeah, Red
So
Troy
it's a
from Carl
pale ale,
Strauss. That's,
not a-
that's
oh,
probably
wow,
their
it
number
smells
one.
so
Yeah.
good. Well, it smells not bad.
I don't know. Maybe it's too late to get into the hazy game. I think Sierra Nevada has the market on that. The hazy little thing. Do you guys get it out there for like the gas?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that beer out here.
It's great beer.
I love that beer.
100%.
It's not bad. It's all right.
Looks kind of
Yeah,
clear. I'd like it to be a little hazier, but like, what are you gonna do? You know, yeast falls out of flocculation, and who knows how long.
I mean,
ago
this
that
beer is
was.
also been.
there's a way to make haze stable.
Yeah, shake it up again
I
like a
mean,
little kid.
like
Fucking
my
shake
hazy-
it.
No.
Yoo-hoo.
Because
You
I
should
have my
not have to
hazy
do that.
IPA from Barbecue Austin. Like I can pull a pour of that.
Another round. This one's for
That's
Bruce.
so fucking hazy as fuck. And that
Yeah.
was what, March, beginning of March. So what's it now? Almost end of May.
Yeah.
3 months.
You guys ever had a beer that's too hazy? Like just looks like mud butt, and you're like, dude, that's
Merc. Total
Oh
Merc.
yeah, it's just
yeah.
like sludge at that point.
There was a brewery that did that early on called Who Farted. Like
that's
really-
not
Both.
what you want to name that beer.
No, well, it's Hoof. HOOF.
But still, no.
Yeah.
I had one of those in Portland called it was a brewery called I think Migration, and they poured me this beer that looked not even like a smoothie. I'm like, this beer looks like a fucking cloud. I was like, is this?
Yeah.
And I don't, being customer service, I don't like going up and talking about anything, complaining and this and that. And I was like, hey, is this the last beer of the keg? They're like, no. All of our beers look like that, or all the hazies look like that. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And they're like, no, it looks like that. So I got another one, and it looked the exact same. And I was like, okay. But the thing about that,
consistent.
the thing about that though is sometimes it gets so muddy, it throws off the texture where it kind of has this hybrid thing between beer and slushy or milkshake or iced coffee. You're like, yeah. No, like when I want a a hazy IPA, I want that yellow, pink starburst vibe, like hitting it like a Jimmy Page starburst Gibson Les Paul. You know, I don't want this black cloud of fucking eye pollution, you know. And the beer was okay, but I couldn't get past like the eyesore of it. It was a good beer. It wasn't a bad beer, but I was just looking at it. I was like, this is going to be a tough beer for you guys to sell, let alone bottle or sell to go or fill up growlers with.
Yeah, so you're like the whole like total Merc thing, like that's where like visual becomes a negative.
Dude,
like,
yeah, no, I mean, it looked like gray foam. It literally looked like just gray foam. Like if you just filled a beer, just topped it off with CO2, and then like hit it with some fucking hairspray or some Easter.
So I want to branch off that a little bit further, and this kind of goes into like again like the like origin of hazies, where like Tired Hands. So they swear by adding a little bit of like flour to their hazies for that like factor, but also they also like they'll like mince apples and add that to the boil for the pectin, again for like that like lasting haze. But in a way, it's like it's not adding like any like positive to the beer, and you can again get those like those traits in other ways. So like, why do that? You know, I don't know. I don't know if they still do that, but there's a lot of different like techniques to get all this stuff, you know, in the final product. But if it doesn't benefit the beer, that's like ultimately what you should be trying to achieve,
focusing on.
But presentation still has to work, you know. I'm not saying it's the biggest factor, you know, but I don't want to,
of course, that's why visuals are still important
for sure.
Like don't go all on the visuals and then ignore the others, the other stuff.
Maybe it is the biggest factor, you know. Like if someone poured you order something at a sushi house and they come out with like, you know, white cat shit or something, you know, and they're like, this is the best thing ever. I just can't do it. I'm just looking, and this is like obviously an extreme example of that.
Right.
Generally, if it looks like shit, it's gonna taste like shit or mediocre at best. And I think that goes definitely the same with food, but I think alcohol is a little bit different, you know. Like, no, when I first started brewing, I'd have, you know, bring my growlers over to my buddies' houses and I'd pour beers, and they just couldn't. My buddies' girlfriends that had like a little bit of Trube left in their glass at the bottom, I'd pull a 4-pint, like a delicious brown ale. They're like, I just can't do it. Like I see that thing at the bottom, like I just can't do it. I'm like, the beer is good. They're like, I just can't do it. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, they're like, you drink it. I'm like, okay, I'll drink it. You know,
I will say this, even at the pro level, dude, like
presentation's a big thing.
Breweries I love, like where I'm like amazed by their quality, right? And I'll like see somebody at the you know, the tap room sitting at the bar stool, and they'll see a speck of hops, and they'll be like, what's that?
Right.
You know, like, can I get another pour? And it's like, it's like, you know, we know what we know, and like that's laughable. We're like, who cares, man? Just
it's,
you know,
protein.
But like, again, that comes, you know. So you're definitely right. Visuals matter for sure.
But no, here's the bullshit side of it. If you go get a good glass of wine, like $100 bottle of Single Cap Vineyard, and you drink it, and there's things at the bottom, that's called Lees, Lees. It's like their, you know, version of Trube. That's how you know it's like a super fresh bottle that hasn't been fucking fucked with and mass produced or whatever. Like that was something brewed in someone's backyard. And that's a sign of it being like phenomenal. And even to the naked eye, I don't think that weirds people out. But when people see it in beer, like, no, you said earlier, like most people don't even like dark beer. It doesn't matter about the style. Like most people,
they just think they don't. As soon as they see it's dark, they're like, "No, that's a bad beer."
Yeah. Wine's always red.
I know that so bad. I'm just like, they'll see like Guinness and they think it's like the heaviest thing, and it's like,
Yeah, and that's a misconception as well because Guinness
Right.
is kind of not
Guinness is like
super light. It's
4%.
4.4%, and it's super dry.
Yeah.
And with the nitro, it goes down like fucking water.
Yeah,
man.
it goes down like a Lipton Brisk iced tea, like the 1990s shit where you can just drink it all in one sip.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yes, Frank Sinatra. How to get the bright orange lemonade color? And how you get the bright orange lemonade color? The malt
Part of it is
grain
your hops, and part of it is your grain. So if you're
and
using
your yeast.
yeah,
It's not your water.
Oh, hazy. Oh, yeah. So grain bill, I would say.
it'd be mostly your grain bill.
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna use like certain grains that have like higher like I'm not gonna try and pronounce that word, but I know everybody knows that word.
Now I want to see it.
I would say try to target between 4
Lava
and like 7.
bombs.
Neger Modelo? Are we back at it? Oh, something else? No, I'm
Also,
kidding.
like, you know,
That was a failed joke from earlier.
heavily dry hop your beer. Like if you really care about like that haziness, do a second day dry hop. If you don't really care
Brisk,
about that,
baby.
dry hop towards the end. You'll still get the haze no matter what. Like, but if you really want murk, do a second day dry hop. Like, you know, even an ounce in a 5-gallon batch. Do an ounce of Columbus. Like day 2 of fermentation, you're gonna have a murky beer.
Dude, we're almost back up
again,
to 55 people, man.
Because we're talking about
It doesn't
beer.
necessarily mean your beer's gonna be better, but it will be hazy as fuck.
Easy.
Tonko
Like,
Modelo.
if that's what you're after, that's how you achieve that.
It's Brisk, baby.
Fuck, I need to go back to Sydney again.
All right, I'm going to go get another beer. Nobody leave. Nobody's allowed to leave. I'll be back.
It's a Lullabons. Got to keep them low Lullabons. Is Gnome frozen? Uh-oh. Did I lose you, Gnome? Yeah, that is really good at being still.
There we go. I'm back.
Hey, he's back. All right, cool.
Fuck.
I'm like, well, I'm by myself now.
It really sucks. I'm gonna fix this before we do this again.
Is it your internet or what?
So I talked about it earlier. I don't think you were on here at the time, but like I ran line from the house to the garage, but the garage has like a hub thing where like now it's Wi-Fi. It's not normally like every fucking Wednesday I run line 100 feet of line from here to the fucking cable modem. It's a nightmare. But now I don't do that. Like, you know, this time it's like a new, you know, shit can go wrong type of thing.
Yeah.
Apparently shit's going wrong.
Okay. Well, if you need any networking help or questions, let me know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I already know what I need to do. So I think
Are you just gonna run like a line like from your modem to your brew house?
so. I think I need like kind of in music we call it patch bays, where like a cable hooks up to like a hub, and then another cable hooks up to that hub.
Yeah.
So right now it's a cable hooks up to the hub, but now it's Wi-Fi only. Where
Gotcha.
normally
so-
I hardwire it the whole way. So now I
Right.
need like a patch bay with the option of doing Wi-Fi.
Gotcha. So your router is only Wi-Fi only. Like, so from your modem, it has a cable out of the modem and it goes into another hub, but that hub is only Wi-Fi only. It doesn't have
Exactly. Yes. And
Gotcha.
it's like, you know,
so
around
that hub you're gonna call a router. And so get you a router that has both like hardline ports as well as Wi-Fi port. Like to do Wi-Fi.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this tomorrow.
And if you want, I have one I can send you.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk. Like I said, man, like now's not the time for me
I'm
to
about to like put it into a garage sale, and if you can use it, I'll take it out of that.
I don't know if I can. I'm not gonna like. I don't really know. We have to talk about this. Like I said, man. Like right now, like I barely know like what goes
Terminology.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
This is literally my job.
yeah, no, I know, I understand that. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I'm like fucking not smart whatsoever. So like we're gonna have to like talk about this.
Oh,
and,
shut
like,
up, you are. You're just smart in different things.
eh. Yeah, you need
Beer,
it.
you're pretty damn smart. Weed, you're pretty damn
It's not about
smart.
smart. It's I have a little bit of knowledge. That's
There
about.
you go.
That doesn't
There
make
you
people
go.
smart.
Yeah, it's good enough. Better than most.
Um,
All right. I wish I could do poll. I'm like a fucking moderator, but I can't like create polls and shit like that. That sucks. Be like,
oh, you know what? Yeah. What's funny is only like Theron is like. I think maybe one other person was a moderator, but like, if anyone,
So-
it should be you and me.
so Theron
Just
is
like,
one.
hey, you're
I'm
banned.
one.
No, like-
Trent is one, and I believe Barbecue Larry is one.
Oh, that's funny. Are you a painter by trade? So no, I'm not. But
No.
I will say, before I took up brewing, I did do a little bit of like experimental painting.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
So I used to be in I play music normally, but like that died. So I just tried to like keep my creativity going, and that there came the painting, which I thought I was awful at. So brewing just like found its way into my life, which it had always been part of my life, but like I don't know.
It's another way of making art, man.
Yeah, I couldn't really pinpoint like what
It's like
made me like
expressing
get into
yourself
brewing, but it just
through-
happened.
But it's another way to express yourself, like, right? You express
dude.
yourself through like your style of guitar, your style of art, and stuff like that. Now you get to do it through beer.
And to me, it's more beautiful actually. Like
Yeah.
beer is like literally
I think
art to
it
me,
connects
like,
a lot of people too, like, right? And it's just so much more easy to be that much more intimate with beer and just getting that connection with folks and being like, oh shit, hell yeah.
And, yeah, well, with music, it's auditory. With beer, it's like you taste it and you get that immediate
more,
like,
it's
satisfaction or
you
repulsion.
get at least
whatever it
three
may be,
senses,
like,
right? You get
Yeah.
your eyes, the smell, the taste, like all of those are like that's three senses, right?
Yeah.
And then like even you get feel, right? Like how does it like how carbonation levels and things like that. Like or if it's like a sour beer, like it's tart, so it's gonna make your mouth like pucker up kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you can hit a lot of more senses with like beer than you can with like music and whatnot. So it's really cool to just I mean it's a really good way to express yourself, to incorporate with other people and whatnot. So
No, and
I agree with you, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's definitely the best way to judge a beer is to look at it, smell it, taste it, and then look back and see if it reflected how it was represented on the menu.
right. If it says like this is a fruity sour, it's like you taste fruit. Yep. Is it sour?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
This could be its own thing, because like brewery like listings of their beers and their descriptions are so bullshit. It's not even funny.
Oh, for
no
sure.
matter who the fuck you are.
Right.
You could be the best brewery or the worst brewery. You're fucking lying out your ass when you explain beer. I'm sorry.
Well, they use a bunch
I
of
am
words that
sorry.
are all subjective. They use all those words like earthy and floral, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they
does
hire a
that
dude to
mean?
like with a fucking like an adjective book to like just fucking like just type shit out.
Well, it's words that you can't say like this was wrong. Like, no, if a beer says apricot or peach in it,
I didn't mean adjective.
it's real. Like if it doesn't taste like an apricot,
Right.
you're like
If you're
this.
saying like this has flavors of pineapple and mango, it's like if I taste pineapple and mango, I'm like, yeah, you're
Right.
right. If I don't, I was like, yeah, fucking up.
Yeah, you had too much
Right. I suck.
writing time on your hands, and
I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't get that at all.
No, but I do believe that El Dorado, the hop, brings out pineapple, especially when you dry
Yeah, I
hop
do.
with it.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I agree
Yeah.
that it has
El Dorado.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
remember
El Dorado.
I don't know if breweries are still using that
I
word
love El Dorado.
tropical like sells you on Hawaii, like a Corona commercial. You're like, am I really getting tropical though? And I've only gotten that from El Dorado.
So for me, when I combine
Start
El
mining
Dorado with
crypto.
Citra, the pineapple is actually increased, like for whatever reason. Like, and that's the thing too. Like when you combine, different hops, their normal base aromas and flavors get altered in a way, like because they're like being mixed with other things. Obviously, you hope to reinforce that kind of base note, but Citra, El Dorado, pineapple for days, like especially on like the off gas, like when like you do like kind of that late fermentation dry hop and you kind of off gas, like so you can drop, trub and shit. Like it's just super, super pineapple-y to me.
I agree. Blackwood
Brew
Brews
one,
knows what's up too.
Blackwood's just probably that's another one as well. So tropical, yeah.
Well, what do you guys say? I got to get out of here. I'm out of beer. I got to go use the restroom again.
That's why I gotta make more beer. But
I got to make
He's
more beer,
gonna-
man. No, let's
He's
get
about
out of
to
here.
spank that bank.
What? Yeah, spank the bank. I might do that too. But no, let's get out of here, man. Super stoked that Alias came on late to the party. He got on at what, midnight? My time?
You're midnight, yeah, give or take.
No, it's cool. Anything else? You guys got anything on the horizon?
Thanks for
Anything?
having me, even though I was super late. It was good to like
Hell yeah,
get
man.
a couple beers in with you guys.
100%.
After like working on my car for so long, I'm like, I need a fucking beer bad.
Oh, I bet.
I will say
man.
this: we talked beer for a lot this stream, and that's actually very nice.
We finally did it.
It's probably because I wasn't on there. That's why.
We could keep this
No.
one up.
Because I keep
No,
talking
I-
about cars and barbecue, and everybody hates that.
No,
No, it's not about that at all. It just for whatever reason it happened. But also, we're talking to Party Sam James.
Also,
yeah.
point out, and like he had his like
Much love to
brewery and
Noah,
all that
much love to
too.
Italian.
Barbecue Larry was on, right?
It was focused. It was
No.
like, we're talking beer.
He'll be on next week. We get barbecue Lawrence. Love you too, Jorge.
Lawrence.
Cheers, brush.
Oh yeah, that's his name. I forget.
Well, yeah, that was its own thing too. I found out today that Larry means Lawrence.
He didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
was-
That's funny.
I had not a clue, dude. I was like, what?
I think it was mentioned one time he was on the stream with us, and I was just like, wait, what?
Oh,
I
so he
said
said that? He's like, oh, I'm Lawrence.
Oh,
Barbecue
CH
with
had
Lawrence?
called him that, and I was like, the fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
That's
what happened earlier. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's where I made the connection. I was like, what the?
Cheers, Josh
I'm not
fan.
alone.
Children, yeah.
So Aliaz is saying that I'm, perfectly normal.
No, we're fine,
and,
man.
like,
I mean, there's only so many beer topics you can talk about. Sooner or later, you got to talk about just what's going on with the world or food or this and that.
Yeah,
Talking to ladies.
Yeah.
But hey, let's get out of here. I got to go.
go drain, go bang, go.
Yeah. All right.
Go to bed.
Love you guys, man. I love everyone in
Love
here,
you
man.
too, man.
Hey, thanks, Trevor, for being here. This stream can stay up, yeah?
Yeah,
I'm cool with it, man.
Okay. All right, everyone get out of here. I don't know. You guys going to keep doing Discord or you guys calling it
maybe.
too?
We'll
All
see.
right, well, I'm out of here.
Probably.
All right, start your
join
own
us on
stream.
Discord.
Start your own stream, and then you can do the after party.
Yeah. I actually might do that, actually.
I got to
Do a
go.
private after party,
I got to
yeah?
go
I can't
shit.
do it now because I have no idea how to do that, but maybe next week.
I got to go shit.
I mean,
and
if
it's one of
if
those
you're in
shits where
Discord
you,
at us.
you probably got to
find
jump in the
us.
shower after. So I'm out of here, man. Much love to everybody in here, man. Thanks, everybody. I'm out of here.